That's right. That's right. Not even a mile's worth of fiber optic getting chewed up could stop me from coming back. First and foremost, I want to apologize for yesterday. That's the first rule of technology. It fails. And apparently somebody with a ditch witch decided they were just going to destroy a whole bunch of fiber optic cable. It is what it is. But yeah, the central New Mexico outage made national news yesterday. It is what it is. I rearranged some stuff, so I'm trying to figure out where I'm looking. Where I'm looking. Right off the bat, yes, Brandon R. Network power issues have been resolved. Again, thank you all yesterday for understanding. It's it's never something that we want to do, but we can't control when shit happens. Chris from Cutthroat Comics right off the bat with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much, Chris, for that. And says, I am here for my mandatory fun on my day off. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it very much. We're going to talk about all sorts of stuff. It'll be fun. Yeah. We're going to talk about the wokeningification. No poll today. Secret word, though. I made you a secret word. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here once again for your daily dose of mandatory fun, and let's get to it.
Wolverines! Wolverines! Hell yeah!
Maybe say, we don't want you around.
What's the craft of making Halo games, and how do we set our studio at best to go deliver on that?
I'm doing video games, so it's not exactly a fandom. I'm not a fan of video games.
The games industry is diverse naturally, not because anyone's making them be diverse.
We knew we had to make a change in order to take us into the future.
Because the world is diverse, you stupid motherfucker.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
And if you have a problem with that, come fight me physically.
The stories that we're going after.
Not bad, Spartan. I'm almost starting to believe the propaganda.
Bitch.
If you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
What the hell is even that?
Ooh, we're just going to jump right into it. We're just going to go. We're going to have some fun. We're going to laugh at some stupid stuff. We're just going to go. Yeah, that's retarded to a lot of other stuff. It'll be a good time. I need to say huge congratulations to 610 Yojo Daddy moving my daughter into the dorms. Boy's first day of senior year, a little busy today. What's up, Chad, my dude? Man, I am thrilled for you, dude. Thrilled for you and for your family. Way to be an awesome frickin' dad. The world needs more good dads, so hell yeah to you, brother. And then Mother Slug's talking about Uranus. I'm not talking about my anus. I don't know what anus you're talking about. Everyone make sure to watch the skies tonight. A 6-planet alignment will be happening from Mars up, way up into Uranus. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. Gun Bunny, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Jim Largo says, like a virus, these cuckoos spread into every hobby, games, entertainment. Yep, they sure do. It's not good, right? I've always stood by Newton's third law of physics that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and these people think that they can just spaz out on everything they want, and there won't be any pushback. So there needs to be more pushback. Packers, what's up, brother? Good to see you, my dude. Jeffy says, change for the sake of change is a tricky mountain to climb. Change because it can be a good thing, especially if it's felt needed by customers. Great. Labeling X or Y or Z is never a good thing. Nope, never a good thing. And it says a lot when finding all of these clips it's easy. It's super easy. It's quick. They're everywhere. They all say the quiet parts out loud these days. So where do you find these clips? I just answered that. They're everywhere. Yeah. I mean, you just type in like stupid woke retards. Just kidding. Kenzo, every time I hear that bass drop on the intro, I know it. Yeah, right. Okay. I got you. Everybody blame Kenzo for this.
Just checking in. Have you drank water today? Did you eat? Did you take your meds?
I drank water in my coffee and I ate, but that's pretty much it so far. Mr. Bobby Vance, what is up, my dude? I'm good. I hope you're doing well. Was it Thursday? It's Thursday? I don't know what day it is. That's how I roll. I don't know what day it is. I will tell you all this, ladies and gentlemen. After my stuff finally came back on yesterday, Jeffy and I went and ran a couple of missions in the old Ghost Recon Wildlands update. And I was finally able to help him beat the Predator. So there you go. Jeffy says being accepting of people for people, of people for people, just being people. Isn't wokeness? Extremists want to make it something when it's just being a good person. Makes people lose their minds. Yeah. The reality at the end of the day is most people, again, centrists, kind of don't care. It's very much like a you do you, I'll do me. It's people on the fringes in either direction that are the issues. Yeah, but coming into any hobby or, existing fandoms or, intellectual properties and saying, well, we need to change this because it's problematic and it doesn't represent me. No. That's, that's when you get that Kelly Sue DeConnick and all that stuff. And, all the usual suspects that I put in that pre-roll. Oh, well, Sci-Fi Swamp Man, Kenzo's got you covered, dude. Crystal Clear says, I tried Googling stupid woke retards. It gave me links to the Democrat Party. You sure it wasn't the Socialist Democratic Party? It was probably them. Yeah. Hell yeah, Eddie Wildlands is awesome. You know it, man. Joe Fan, as always. I'm at work. I'll catch replay. Have a good day. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you for at least popping in and saying, hey. Oh, Bobby Vance is assembling little plastic people for orders. That's awesome, man. Jim Largo was quoting Depeche Mode. I can't sing that. Ken the Band says, I'm problematic. I have a piece of paper that says so. Good for you. Brandon R. Bought the G.I. Joe deck building game on Pulse. It's on sale. Did I waste my money? Is it any good? Got any tips? Man, you more shredded than a julienne salad. No, none. I don't get down with the deck building stuff. So I hope it's worth your dollary dues. Dust Tapes, what's up? Was about to ask about the Wildlands update. Glad they brought that mission back and added a new one. That's all I'm saying. Hell yeah, dude. The Nerd Alert likes my thumbnail. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? You gotta get them all wound up. No, Jeff. Everyone knows that Jeff is usually full of shit. I do not like that they named the predator race. The more you explore a thing, the more you take away the mystery and the coolness. Stop making Snake Eyes talk. They're predators because that's what they are. They're predatory. Nope. No. See you again. Lies. Hey, you guys want the secret word of the day? This will be fun. You kind of have to spell it this way because it's just a word salad and it's not a real word.
So what's today's secret word, Cocky?
Today's secret word is...
Whenever anyone says a secret word, scream real loud!
The wokeificationing. Yeah, look, you guys are getting way too good at this stuff, so I had to make it just a little bit harder. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff for us to discuss, for us to dive into. Yeah, we're gonna push this shit in with both feet. So, without further ado, right off the bat, is this comment of the day? Technically, I have two comments of the day. One of them is just, oh, that's pathetic. Poor guy. And then the other one's kind of funny. So, the first one is from the guy who invented toy photography. All these dudes are mentally ill. All of them. No rhyme or reason to it. Yeah, okay. Again, I always talk about the themes of creating narratives to fit agendas, right? Always have to point that stuff out. There's going to be several examples of that today. Again, you love your country, mentally ill. You're not a tribalist, mentally ill. You don't get down with their echo chambers, mentally ill. You know, anybody who's reasonable, apparently so. But you know, he's the total measure of people who are not mentally ill. So I just thought I would share that. That was pretty funny. Somebody sent that to me. I don't know, but I don't know. Yeah. Homeboy above there is crying about something. And then this one is from Shane at Same Time Toys. I found this pretty funny. If you don't know, for those of you who are not in the know, this is Serpentor Con. Again, Larry Hama will take all the praise for the G.I. Joe comics, but when it comes for any of the criticism, somehow he gets shielded from it. But yeah, Serpentor Con, apparently, Shane says, saw this and finally figured out the look you're going for. I don't know. I don't see it. But yeah, either way, it made me laugh. So thank you very much for that, Shane, if you're around. Macanita, what's up, dude? Good to see you. No, we're not doing midichlorians. No, we're not doing it. Medieval Alchemist, what's up? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Ken the Band, did you get your Vengeance tattoo touched up? It looks like something. Fuck. The answer to that is no. But we'll let this thing to I don't even think it's male or female. It's just a thing. You guys are killing me right out of the gate. The Titan says leftists view everything from the lens of power. So when they move into a sphere, they feel compelled to exercise that power, even if it destroys said sphere. Yeah, of course. Right. Look at all the people that Kathleen Kennedy hired that just utterly hated Luke Skywalker. Did anyone see the interview of the female comic book artist who was interviewed at DC, and they asked her, why would you say Batman is a problematic character? And she was like, why is Batman problematic at all? And they're like, well, because he's rich and he's white. And she was like, I don't think Batman's problematic. And then they didn't hire her. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, nerd alert. This chat can get pretty freaking awesome, man. But that being said, say whatever you want. You know what I mean? There's like left and right limits, but no one around here will come down on anyone for opinions. That is for sure. Leftist is mental illness. Well, not according to the guy who created action figure photography. Jedi Ben, what's crappening, man? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Jim Largo says, with the exception of maybe model building and model railroads, we've seen the shit. He caught me right off the bat. We've seen the wokeificationing of all the stuff we enjoy in our free time. Yes, I 100% agree, and screw you for this. Con! You know, I was just thinking about Wrath-a-Con yesterday and how there aren't a lot of movies that touch Wrath-a-Con when you get into sci-fi. CG7, I unfollowed yesterday, got some more Looney Tunes to jettison. Yeah, they're kind of all over the place. Noun, the feeling you experience when you're surprised by a bush. Oh, I just played it, but that's still awesome. Thank you. Mike Joseph, Chad, any interest in Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 coming out in a couple of weeks? I really enjoyed the first game. Yes, and I talked about it Monday, Tuesday. What the hell day is today? It is Thursday. I think we talked about it Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. Dreadnought K6. I'll be back on Facebook and Instagram later today. Oh, shit. Well, you know where to find me. It's right there. Yeah, I always leave it on screen. Mill Connors, what's up? Said, I wish I thought of that. How's Thursday going? Yeah, I don't know if that looks like me, but Brandon says I felt it. Yeah. Justin Booth, shout out to the homie Skydrill Walker. Yeah, he's out there freaking doing the Lord's work. Somebody was talking smack in the comments recently, literally just to start shit. Talk about living rent-free in someone's head. Was talking smack in whose comments? Skydrill Walker's? Yeah, I mean, but again, this is that like, I need to feel important. I need to feel important. I mean, freaking Shark Week over there in Australia. Remember, he's called Shark Week because he's always on the fucking rag. He even admitted, oh, it's a slow news day because all I do is classified, and classified's really not that big of a deal. So I'm going to try to get some attention from somebody else. Fucking weak. Oh, yeah, I heard Boog invented mental health. Yeah. As you were. You stand by with your as you were. Browncoat says, I stopped reading Hama's Joe a few issues ago. I strictly read Energon. Hama's run just got too bad for me to continue. Yeah. Serpentor Khan and the death of Snake Eyes, and now Kamakura Snake Eyes because it's a mantle, not a person. And hey, Cobra runs casinos. Now they're the freaking mob. Yeah. 100%. Oh, I'm sure he was. Yeah. Yep. Because it's like Human Centipede. It is what it is. I invented gaming and carded figures on my wall. Who did? Don't tell me somebody actually said that. No. The Titan, the labels of is and phobe are just to scare people into lines. So the son of a bitch. So the wokeification up in our faces. Man, you Catching me with the secret word of the day aside, yes, that is accurate. To call anyone an ist or a phobe, it's really just this weird attempt at conveying power. Oh, you're a Islamophobe or you're a transphobe. It's like, no. That's not even what phobias are. I know you are, but what am I? Triple D, what's up, man? Triple D's nuts. Bloop. There it is right there. Ooby dooby. Maybe we can see the resemblance if you yell this I command. I don't remember Serpentor Khan saying, this I command. I don't remember that. I was probably really loud. I didn't turn away. Jim Largo says days of the week are problematic because they were named by the patriarchy. That is true. Yeah. Wednesday, Woden's Day, Odin's Day, Thursday, Thor's Day. It's terrible. Bunch of white, insensitive colonists came up with that. That's that bullshit. Ken the Band is saying, so basically Lemmy from Motorhead didn't pass away in 2015. He just became Serpentor Khan. At the Punk Rock Museum in Las Vegas, they have one of Lemmy's bases, one of his hats, a pair of his boots. Yeah. Sci-Fi Swamp Man says, Ricardo Montalban had trouble finding work after Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, because no one wants to hire an ex-con. Get it? Anybody? Did
Hey, potato.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, you were pretending. I feel you. Dreadnought K6 invented not only mosquitoes, thanks for that, and Heelys. The shoes? The little roller skating shoes? Who put a question mark at the end of that? Damn it, people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jeffy's got to leave for D&D and D&D. Cutthroat Comics says Thursday is comic book pickup day for me, Chad. I am loving Absolute Batman and Superman. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying Absolute Batman. You and like 8 other people. Hey, it's your opinion that counts. You know what I mean? And then, speaking of gaming, the next Xbox console will reportedly support all 5 generations of Xbox games ever released. I believe that Microsoft and their Xbox department are really trying to lean into this blood in the water business with PlayStation. So we'll see how it goes. Might be cool. It makes sense because if the Steam machine is going to be out about the same time and it, the entire Steam library. But yeah, that's the word on the street there. Every generation of Xbox under one roof. Memo says Project Helix will reportedly run original Xbox 360, Xbox One, Series S and X, and new Helix titles, plus PC games. Oh, shit. Damn. Yeah, Ace's Place. Always keep your old systems. Always. 100%. Is it digital only or will it have physical discs? Arsha Sharma said the new Xbox will have a disc drive. It absolutely will have a disc drive. Again, they're just kicking PlayStation while they're down. 100%. The Sony gay station. Get it? Sony gay station? Yeah, they literally just Minecrafted themselves if they're going to move forward with no drive in the new PlayStation. And then they'll give it to you as like an external and say, yeah, just make sure you thank us for this, plebs, fucking losers. Jedi Ben says, but I still have every generation of Xbox under my roof. Samesies, 100%. But you can get the new one. You can still play your old games, and then you don't have to plug your old systems in all the time. I don't know, man. It's different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it is. Dreadnought K6 says, if you prefer PS5, you either have chirping ceiling birds or you like buttholes. Look, I like good jokes. I don't know. The Titan says, woke crap even extends to the Gregorian calendar that changed from BC to BCE. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, before Christ to before Common Era. That is absolutely true. Thank you for adding that. Crystal Clear says, then I will buy one in that case. Yeah, they're definitely going to have game drives and, Blu-ray, DVD. Xbox is allowing you to load your disc to digital too, launching later this month. Bro. See, those are the kind of smart moves. That whole it's got to always be online. And no. Those are the bad moves. Guess I have to get an Xbox. I miss splattering Zerglings. Well, get an Xbox then. Only the new Xbox will cost $960 on up. Unknown. Standby to standby. However, a Steam machine is going to run you what? 1,000, 1,100? I don't know, man. It is what it is. Medieval Alchemist says, hot take. Been feeling for a while that a game crash is coming. It might be. It might be. Right. So there's something that I think I want to do moving forward, talking about a lot of this stuff, is that there's this rule called the 4 Ps, which is product, price, place, and promotion. Like, what is the product? Is it better than the last product? How much is it going to cost? Where is it available? Hasbro Pulse, blah, 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 and then promotion. Is your promotion like engineered scarcity? Is it, creating false hype because you only allowed people to buy 500 of them? But those are all kind of important aspects when we talk about the new Xbox, PlayStation going discless, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah. Dreadnought K6 says, crossplay has taught me a lot. I think crossplay should just be standard fare across the board. Absolutely. Crystal Clear says, Microsoft is fucking Sony with zero lube. They're gonna, yeah. If they can get ahead, they'll get ahead for sure. The 360 came back from the Red Ring of Death and all that bad publicity, and they turned a loss into a win. And yeah, they can do it. They just have to be smart about it. Kind of a thing. I played Die Hard on my original Xbox yesterday. She still runs. Hell yeah, Ken. That's awesome. And then Dreadnought K6 says the new Elite Series 3 controller is about to drop. I don't ever get down with the Elite controllers. I don't really feel the need. Ken the Band says, my son is into gaming. He doesn't like the stats of the Steam machine. It needs more juice for better gameplay. Yeah, we'll just have to see how that unfolds. They've been messing with it all the time, so. Jim Largo says, weird reverse Uno. Wasn't Sony bragging about their games being tradable and resellable when Microsoft started changing game ownership? Yeah, they did. But now it's you own nothing. Yeah. So Sony's had a list of significant failures all concurrently happening lately. Jay Cantu, hey, anyone remember fun Call of Duty before they tried to halo it up? Yes. I remember when Call of Duty was great before it became a fucking weird woke mashup of Halo and Fortnite. And now, you got Beavis and Butthead, Ninja Turtles, and fucking Barney running around in there. Dreadnought says, I prefer console-only crossplay. A majority of cheating comes from PC players. That is true. That is true. Yep. Aimbots, all that stuff. Yep. Wall hacks. True. Very, very true. All the RAM for 2027 is already bought and spoken for. Prices are going to keep rising. Oh, forget it. Yeah, we need to get rid of data centers. It's freaking stupid. Mother Slug says the Elite PS5 controller is insane. $180 with the fucking pencil for a controller. No way. You leave Brittany alone, says Ace's Place. Look, Turtles in Turtles games, sure. Turtles in Call of Duty, no. Gem in a gem line, sure. Gem as part of a daring, highly trained special mission force in G.I. Joe, no. See, nuance. It's not black and white. Dreadnought K6 says in China they have a different Call of Duty. It's like a mashup of all the old games and maps, but it's only playable on Asian servers. You know, if I was fast enough, I would have done this before I read that comment. You know, because everybody knows I'm insensitive, apparently. Justin Booth says, I wish Xbox would go back to allowing players to upload and save your own personal music on the consoles. I miss being able to use my own music during the games. Fair enough. I get it. Brandon R. says, today's consoles aren't proprietary, quote, consoles like the PS2 days. Today's consoles are stripped down gaming PCs anyway. Built to a known specification, developers can gear their game towards for sales. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. Mother Slug says 2 data centers were turned down here in PA. 8 more to go. Yeah, just get them gone. Get rid of them. Brown Coat, with all the recent developments with Sony, the only thing that has me clinging to Sony loyalty is exclusive titles like Insomniac, Marvel, and God of War. Okay. Dreadnought says woke developers could never define the word duty. They have no idea that duty is tied to sacrifice. They bastardize everything we've loved. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. It is the wokeificationing, and I can say that. My word. Yep. Sony needs a new CEO. Maybe. Yeah. Sony fanboys, maybe. Leave Britney alone. Ugh. Oh, Gerard O'Connor from across the pond, just like Lotto and everybody else. I always love seeing all of you people from the UK and areas beyond. Gerard says, hello, all you Funko Pop Hasbro loving mother truckers. I own 3 Funko Pops. I do. Yep. Sergeant Slaughter, Baroness, Battle Android Trooper. 04, Cobra Commander. Whatever. I do. Medieval Alchemist says, I'm really worried they will put Gem into a G.I. Joe line. What's her MOS? Best USO lady ever? It's probably 41 Alpha. If you know, you know, right? Human resources specialist. We're going to talk a little more about Gem. You guys remember my video I put out about how classified simps want Gem and G.I. Joe? That was the title of the video. Well, apparently a couple people who can't come up with anything original to talk about decided that, just like a lot of others do, decided that they needed to fucking latch on to my thoughts and opinions and what I'm talking about, so they could do a whole fucking live stream about it. Mm-hmm. We should all declare for the WNBA draft. We're going to talk about the WNBA here in a second. Mm-hmm. Don't think we won't. Again, it's mandatory fun. If I see it and I want to fucking hash it out, we're going to do it. Jay Cantu says the only reason I would get a PS5 is for the Wolverine game. I think it's interesting that his healing factor fixes his clothes. Anybody else? Bueller? I don't know. I don't. At the end of the day, there are very few game developers who I trust to make a game that isn't full of the message or dumb shit. Very few these days, and most of those are Eastern game developers. Ken the Band says, my son built his PC in high school. It's a beast. She's a mute, Clark. I'm not sure where he learned how to do such technomancer thingies. Probably aliens and dark magic. I learned it from watching you. Mother Slug says, what is Call of Duty saying nowadays because it can't be boots on the ground given all the gay wacko shit? Nah, no. Yeah, it's not about the whole, army values thing, duty, honor, sacrifice. It's not about that anymore. Wow, that's truly outrageous. Medieval Alchemist says, no, not this. Wait, what? Medieval Alchemist, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't know. Everybody's talking about cars and wardrobe malfunction, healing factor, active. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, did they make Jean Grey fugly? Did they make her ugly? See again, right? Western developers, they got to take pretty, mocap and voice actors and just make them ugly as sin. The girl who played Kay Vess in Star Wars Outlaws. Yep. Rip Vince Zampella. Chasmatic. The Wolverine game was consulted. There you go. There you go, right there, kids. The Wolverine game was consulted on by Mother effing Sweet Baby Inc.
I don't know, man. Seems kind of gay to me.
Fucking Sweet Baby. Wasn't Kim Belair? I don't want to say she was a sex worker, but she was involved in some smut kind of stuff. Oh, and Wolverine's story is not related to the X-Men. Well, there you go, right? Because Wolverine. I'm just going to put this on the screen. I'm not going to read it. You can read it. So, yeah, you guys can read that for yourselves. Out of everything I've seen of the Jean Grey in the Wolverine game, she's not ugly, but that's just my opinion. Hey, look, yeah, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I'll say that. But Western gaming companies do have a very long track record of fuglying up women in games. You spelled tongue wrong. I'm sure it was just a typo. But yeah, I see where you're going. I missed the Deadpool games. What about the frickin' Transformers games? Those are good. Oh, Medieval Alchemist. I know what you're talking about. Ken the Band says, I could have played for the WNBA before I lost weight. My man boobs would have gotten me in with no problem. You know what's funny? Apparently they couldn't classify what a woman is. Couldn't do it. Nerd Alert says classified as bored. They're pulling other characters like Jem and that corny Lara Crotch. It's a kitchen sink line now, yeah. They want to make it $100 million brand, and since they're creatively bankrupt, they're just like, oh, well, what else can we do? Oh, I don't know. Make G.I. Joe at an affordable price and make it available? No, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's do all this other stuff. Yeah, War for Cybertron was freaking awesome. Yeah, and Fall of Cybertron. But it is almost impossible to play those games anymore. That's why you got to have physical media, kids. Got to have it. Ace's Play says the Punisher game is still magnificent. I don't know. Is he, beating up a bunch of like ICE agents and police officers? Because apparently that's the only way Punisher can be represented anymore. If you know, you know. Again, right? Agendas. Jim Largo, South Park nailed the mission statement for Sweet Baby Inc. and their cronies and other media. Put a chick in it. Make it fucking gay as fuck. Yeah. Exactly. Hashtag her prostate exam. There's a couple of those running around. Yep. Jean Grey isn't ugly in the new Wolverine game, but she's not Jessica Alba smoking hot. Well, but see, again, that's two opinions. And I accept them both. I never thought Jessica Alba was like the be all end all. Do you guys remember the movie The Girl Next Door? Alicia Cuthbert. Yeah. I'll take Alicia Cuthbert over most of those. 100%. Jay Cantu says, yeah, thank God for Asian gaming companies bouncing titties and asses. Well, you know, most gamers are males. They want that male power fantasy. You know, they want to be the protector and the hero, and they want good looking women. That's just the reality of it. That's the business model. That's why gaming companies are going under, you know, because you get stuff like, well, you guys know. Yep. Classified figures should be $16.99 for a figure. Okay, well, let's, hey, just for argument's sake, if a classified figure was $16.99, then what would a 1/18 scale Joe cost? 10? There's no way they're going to do that. So, yeah. Oh, Medieval Alchemist owns both the Transformer titles and all the DLCs. Meh. Chasmatic says, is it Chaos? Chaosmatic. I'm sorry. I wish Vala took the Lara Croft license instead of Hasbro. I still wish that he bought the trademark for Serpentor when he had a chance. Just for the lulz. Just for the laughs. JJ Dubecki says, I say change the red, white, and blue in the Real American Hero logo to a rainbow. You know, I'm sure you're all aware of this, but I love the chance when I get to use new clips because you guys want the clips and then you guys make statements, even though I know you're freaking joking. And it allows me the opportunity to do this.
How about new, you crazy Dutch bastard?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Classified is going digital. You'll just get an app where you can view and pose the figure. And again, that's another thing where toys have the same issues with the wokeificationing as games and comics and things like that. But it's different because with the toy companies, it's not the product as much as it's the collectors. There are a lot of weird ass commie leftists collecting toys, and I don't know why. I don't know when that happened, especially, you know, boys' military lines, but hey, whatever. Who knows? Brittany Snow. Yeah, Alicia Cuthbert. You guys know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm talking about. But who will make my beloved Snorks and Classified series? I don't know if we're still allowed to do this shtick, kids, because apparently, like my TGIS, like my That's That bullshit, like this, you know, that we've been doing for a while, for a friggin' hot minute now, it had to get hijacked. So are we still allowed to do it, or are we now copying other people who copied us because they have nothing to talk about because Classified didn't put anything out? I don't know. It all just depends. Dan says, I've got War for Cybertron on PS3. The online servers were always crap on that anyway. They were taken down before the next-gen consoles came out. Well, my PS3 is right down here. Maybe I need to reinvest in that game. But see, that's the awesome thing about not only physical media, but retro gaming stores. I mean, you can find this stuff. You can find it 100%. Bobby Vance says, chat, I sent you an image of the only acceptable Lara Croft figure in Joeverse. Is that Facebook or Instagram? Let me know. I am a crazy Dutch bastard. Justin Boof. I'm definitely getting the new Halloween video game this September. Please tell me it's based on Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. That movie is underrated. That's my crazy hot take for the day. Crystal clear. First time I can think of a character design being changed was for Dino Crisis. Look at the difference between the Japanese version of Regina to the American. Bingo. Yep. Dreadnought K6 says you may have cool Transformer collections, but I have a nail clipper collection. Jesus, dude. Maybe Hasbro should put out My Little Pony in classified. See, again, I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Will Chad be adding Ocular Serpent to his G.I. Jesus collection? I will get one just for the frickin', next level troll of the character called Ocular Serpent. But that's it. Yeah, I don't, 1/12 isn't my main wheelhouse, and between Valaverse and Classified, they're both very pick and choose. And that's aside from my massive, that's what she said, it's very massive, my massive Batman collection. Well, but actually that's 1/10. Shut up. Bobby could have purchased the names of more than just Serpentor. Yes, that is true. That is true. But the one that he talks about a lot is Serpentor. I first saw Alicia Cuthbert on 24. I don't remember that. The Kiefer Sutherland show, I never watched it, so that would probably be why. You send it to me on the Gram. Okay, cool. If we get a chance, we'll pull it up. Yeah. Medieval Alchemist says, we are the originals. We must gatekeep the kitchen sink toy line. Look, gatekeeping is always framed as being a negative thing. It's not. If George Lucas had gate-kept Star Wars, we wouldn't have gotten, degenerate Luke Skywalker and frickin' Kylo Ren and all that bullshit. We wouldn't have gotten a Rian Johnson movie. There's a million examples of why gatekeeping isn't a bad thing. Framing things to fit narratives for agendas. Can't ever stress it enough. Oh, gatekeeping's wrong. Blah, blah, blah. No. Because we're the stewards. We're the keepers of the flame, if you want. Sorry. Yep. Flint was in there too. Maybe Mattel should buy out Hasbro. I don't know which one of those could buy out who. I never watched 24 either. Yeah. Yeah, when the barbarians are at the gate, keep the gate shut. I feel you. Okay, so let's move on from this. But anyway, this is what's going on with S-Boss. So, yeah, but my Mandalorian. Well, we saw what happened, right? Jon Favreau, he laid a good foundation, and then once it got popular, all the idiots, all the executives, your Kathleen Kennedy and the rest of them. Oh no, but we need to bring back Grogu because he makes money, and no, ruined. Everything after season 2 is cooked. They ruined Boba Fett too. Justin Booth, it's more based on Carpenter's 78 film. One player is a relentless. Oh, okay. So like my Friday the 13th game, which by the way, if you have that Friday the 13th game on Switch, it has bots, so you can play it offline, and it's fun. Yep. Mattel's in better shape than Hasbro. That's because Mattel likes being a toy company, and they don't do dumbass decisions. And they have Barbie. And, they treat Masters of the Universe with more respect than Hasbro's ever given G.I. Joe. Dreadnought K6, I can't wait for Star Wars Episode 12. The Emperor coming back again will be dope. Yeah, I did hear that somehow the Emperor has returned. And the thing that sucks, if you watch Oscar Isaac in a bunch of other stuff, he's a good actor. He's a good actor. Mattel actually sold Hasbro the factory they do their face printing at. Oh, okay. Look at this guy. Yep, exactly. Chaosmatic. Yep. Season 2 finale, The Rescue. That's the end of The Mandalorian. It should have been the end of The Mandalorian. I mean, you could put him in something else. You can do another whatever, but the whole surrogate father thing, nope. Nope. You gave this 50-year-old slacker youngling to a freaking Jedi master. Respected Luke Skywalker. Have you seen the new stuff from Mattel in Jurassic Park? So much awesome 118. Yeah, absolutely. But again, right, Mattel wants to do world building and they want things to be toyetic. Hasbro wants to be a gaming company with Monopoly Go and quote unquote adult collectibles, which most of their toys aren't even of the quality of adult collectibles. It's just, the pricing and the availability. Honestly, I enjoyed season 3, but I liked the first 2 seasons. I passed on the movie and almost all the Disney Star Wars stuff. Same. Original Darkhawk reporting for his daily dose of mandatory fun. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. 24 was damn good. Kiefer Sutherland's character was a bad mother effing patriot and not some. Okay, look, you didn't put the ing at the end of it, but that's all right. I'll give it to you anyway. Not some wokeification limp wrist show. For those of you who are coming in a little late, today's secret word is. Yep, there you go. Thank you for that. But is Mattel putting out a big booty Bryce Dallas Howard figure? Man, that girl's got. She got curves for days. Justin Booth, Hot Wheels, Barbie, Masters of the Universe, WWE, and now DC. They're literally printing money at Mattel. Literally. I did get the clip from Quantum Leap where he says, "I'm retarded." I got that. We're gonna work that in. Yeah, agreed. Yep. Oh, and Fisher Price. Okay, so let's drive on from this. And then, did you guys see this shit? I don't get down with it, but I know some people do, so I figured I'd share it. This is the Gridiron Studios updated, modernized take on, I want to say, the Hammer? Yeah. Kind of looks like a hammer. Let me back that out a little. That's what she said. Kevzilla, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Nika Tron says Bryce Dallas Howard looks like 2 polar bears fighting over a ham. It's not two puppies fighting under a sheet. The Titan says Disney destroyed 4 iconic franchises, and I don't knock those who like it, but Mandalorian was more the meh DeLorean. Cool. So anyway, this is the Gridiron something multi-wheeled vehicle anvil. Yeah. It has a Crows 2 on the top of it, which I do appreciate a good Crows system or RWS, remote weapon system. Does it come with a driver codenamed Shit Stain? Maybe. I don't know. Ken the Band says Mattel's CEO said they have no current plans to raise prices like the competition. They had a solid source for plastics and factories in place to take care of their needs in the business channel. Boom, there you go. Crystal clear. I'd love to have their take on the M113. The command post? That's what a 113 is. Yep. I don't know. So there it is. Just thought I'd share it if anybody cares. I like how Mark intentionally never uses Valaverse figures. The cope is real, man. The cope is real. But yeah, there it is. Whatever. Son of GTO, what's up, man? What's up? Good to see you. Does it come in black? No, because this is what an 1151 Alpha 1 looks like. I mean, barring the whole goofy missile rack thing in the back, but yeah. Yeah, that it's opening in the wrong direction, but I mean, future forward, right? I bought an RC Humvee with metal chassis for less than Gridiron's 3D printing offerings. Not a good value. There you go. Is that my dad? My dad used to get pissed when I yell for him at night. Come stains, come. My dog? I don't. It's hard to catch the joke with the typos, man. Cutthroat says Gridiron's doing vehicles. Yeah, they've been doing vehicles for a while, man. Wild. Yeah, the APC. I did say the 113 was the command center, right? I'm sorry. Yeah, the 113. Looks great. I bought the 18-channel RC Humvee by Hang Gone. It was pretty pricey, but it's freaking incredible. Dude, that's rad. Son of GTO says looks good. Ace's Place says looks good. I wonder what the price is. It does look good. And, I have to say, being a heavy weapons infantry guy, this is freaking accurate. The fuel spout for either the fueler or the donkey dick, that's what it's called. The big fuel spout on the fuel cans called a donkey dick. Yeah, all that. The added armor plating, that is accurate. Yeah. Obviously that's not, but a lot of this stuff looks pretty freaking accurate for an up armored 1151. Original Darkhawk, the Hammer was one of my favorite vehicles. I love the Hammer and the later update of the same vehicle called the Brawler. Yeah. 100%. Cruising through the chat. He does have a black one. There you go. Black cars matter. I got nothing. Dreadnought K6 says, I had a dog named Stains. Oh, I get it. Oh, dar. Mother Slug, I've been in my share of Humvees. Older brother used to be a transporter engineer, so he drove everything. Nice. Oh, this is $400? $400. Yeah, added a whole bunch of well, I mean, that's 1151. F the doors. The front doors on 1151 Alpha 1 weigh 800 pounds. Those piano hinges, like they put in a lot of work. That's why the doors don't like to shut a lot, because the hinges warp. Oh shit, we're talking about Gridiron? I mean, we talk about everything around here, don't we? I just saw it. I thought I'd put it up there. There's a lot of 112 scale, aficionados around these parts. And, I try to not do the echo chamber thing. Is it rugged built? No, probably not. Gridiron's designs look good, but choosing 3D printing as their means of production for big vehicles is strange. I know that their howitzer would warp. That I do know, but I have no other experience with them. None. The Hemet Alpha 2 is my favorite military vehicle. Older brother used to take me on the test track. Nice, man. Crash says $400. I miss when you could get a sweet vehicle for 20. Same. Yeah. Darkhawk says that thing can fuck off for $400. Yeah. Nico says that's nuts. This is knucking futz. If anyone wants 2 Thunder machines for that price, holler at your boy. Did you get 2 of them? I was reading something earlier today that sounded like there was confirmation the Thunder machine in classified is on the Ostriker rolling chassis. But then I looked a little deeper and I didn't see anything official, so I just left it alone. Crusty Old Crow, I love my Gridiron, but it's not a toy. It's a fine replica or a model. There you go. There you go. Medieval Alchemist says, just got back to the chat. I hope the 3D printing handles the heat for $400. That is retarded. Again, I know people who have the howitzer and they say that it warps. Individual results may vary. That's all I can really say. I'm always concerned with filament prints, says Dreadnought. Yeah. This is what I'm saying right here. And these companies cry and complain that kids don't play with toys anymore because you price kids out of toys. There's no toy stores left because everybody like just picked their corpses to death, saddled them with debt. And this shit is ridiculous, man.
It's science, people! Science!
There you go. Robert Diaz. I found 2 1/12 scale Humvees at Goodwill for $5 each. They only seat 4, are not 100% size accurate. $10 US ducats beats 400. Actually, 10 beats 400, but 10 beats 800 if you talk about 2 of them. The only thing I heard about the Thunder Machine is about Thrasher, as I heard he will have real hair like Zanzibar. I did not hear that. I never heard that. I also didn't ask, but he has a very styled hairdo. I don't know about that. I do not know about that. I could ask. So. Headcanon, what's up, dude? Good to see you. I'll be hanging out with Headcanon in a couple of days. Yep, me and Headcanon. So then he can get all the hate messages. But anyway, that's the grid iron multi-wheeled vehicle anvil. Again, I do like the Crows too. I'm a big fan of the Crow system, right? Got the smoke pots and everything. But I wouldn't buy it. Just thought I would share it. I don't have to want to buy it. And then I put a poll in the members section of the YouTube channel here. And I asked the channel members, which thumbnail do you want for Sunday's show? 61% chose the one that is currently being used. So if you're a channel member and you voted in that poll, thank you very much. The validation one we'll save because we can just talk about validation itself. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. We're moving forward with this one down here. You know, the screaming Karens, friggin' haters. Let me go back to the chat here for a second. Justin Booth says, I purchased several 112 scale rifles and shotguns. 99% of them have warped. That's one of the reasons I stopped buying a lot of his stuff. So you're saying you purchased several 112 scale weapons from Gridiron? Is that what you're saying? I believe that's what you were getting at. The Titan, they've not only priced kids out of toys, but they give anything to inspire imagination. When we were kids, the stories in the cartoons hooked us. You son of a bitch. But the wokeificationing has killed creativity. Ah, dang it. Dag nabbit. Got me. Got me. Ace's Place wants validation. I am not here to validate you. Sorry. Not sorry. I know think Hummers, real ones, weren't built for comfort. I know one thing, real Humvees weren't built for comfort. Hitting any pothole is like getting punched by a few boxing gloves at a time. You know, the thing is, before all of the modifications with up armoring, all of the high mobility, multi-wheeled vehicle types to death, they were pretty agile. They could climb really well. They could rock crawl. They could do a lot of stuff. But you're taking a powertrain and a rolling chassis, and you're putting so much armor on it that you have to put reinforcement bars inside the cabin of the vehicle, and then it's a freaking nightmare. Again, like I'm 6'4", 220 with body armor on, getting in and out, and I wear a size 14. Getting in and out of a Humvee, I would have to put my foot down and then put it into the vehicle. Bobby validation? No. No, sir. No, sir. I haven't bought many weapons from Gridiron simply because I thought they were expensive for what they are. Last thing I got from them was the Cobra Blue Howitzer. Did your Cobra Blue Howitzer warp or not? I would like to know. No, I don't validate parking. Not unless you I got nothing. It would have sounded like a grift because I would make a joke like, not unless you spend $100 or more. And then someone would be like, see, Chad browbeats people on his streams to buy his merch. Yeah, no. So anyway, I got nothing. Nothing. Yeah, crystal clear. I want to know, did yours warp? Mine hasn't warped. I wasn't aware it was an issue. Then again, I keep mine in the box. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Yeah, sorry, son of GTO. No parking validation here. Go ask the movie theater. They'll do it for you. Moving on. Hey, now we're going to get into it. Let's get into some shit. I just wanted to start with this joke. I used my mom's last name instead of my father's. Oh, you mean your grandfather's last name? Because based. Gotcha. How to spot a parent that watches CNN. We were talking about this, so I wanted to share this. Look, it kills me. That shit kills me right there. Look at that. There's almost no words for that. Robert Diaz, Vala has weapons roughly $2 American per piece. Gridiron and their foam gym mats be like, hold my beer, we're going to charge 10. Well, hey, look, they both get business. That's, I'm not here to shit on one company or not on another. Again, the only Gridiron stuff I have is all the 118, the Sponson missile pods and the machine guns and everything that he would make for the 118 scale hiss. And then he stopped making that stuff. So it is what it is. Mother Slug says, until toy lines start making cartoons for their lines, they will never really spread out how we all remember it back in the day. Today's day and age, you have nothing to build on besides comics. It's not just that. It's not toy lines that need animation or media, but you would get media in the form of movies, and those movies would be events. They would be in theaters for 60, 90 days. And then before it came out on video to the video store, it became an event again. And then you would have the toys in the stores, and the movie was in the theaters longer, so the toys would sell better. Now it's just put a movie out, fuck it, put it on streaming services, on to the next. It's about content, not about the quality of the product. So yeah, the one model affects another. Sci-Fi Swamp Man said, for fuck's sake. And then he said this.
That's that bullshit.
100%. I would have thought MSNBC. Does anybody see that dude, Rachel Maddow, in the background? Anybody see that guy? If you don't see that guy in the background, it is definitely not MSNBC. So, yeah. An entire family of mental illness. But again, remember, according to the guy who invented action figure photography. Yeah. What the hell is even that? Oh, I just played a clip. Yeah, you know what it is. Look at that. That's drinking the Kool-Aid right there. That guy has glasses, a face shield, and a mask. Yeah, I would agree 100%. I'm embarrassed for these kids. Skydro Walker, what is up? Ladies and gentlemen, straight from the fighting pits, none other than Skydro Walker. What's up, brother? Yeah, honey, I screwed up the kids. Yeah, look, okay, since there were two of them in the row, here you go.
What the hell is even that?
Yeah, you know what it is. That's that bullshit. Is the face mask wearing still a thing? No one has done that foolishness here since the early days of the coof. Well, even though you live in the third world, you live in an area where you don't have, access media, mass media telling people what to do. But yeah, there's still a lot of people doing this. Obviously, this photo, I don't know if it's older because I see people at the counter that are not 6 feet apart and there's not all that bullshit on the ground. So it's kind of hard to place this, but I found it. And it was a good segue to talk about all the ridiculous shit. Robert Diaz, face shields are meaningless unless you're trying to stall pepper spray from hitting your eyes. Stall being the operative word, yeah. Mr. Vargo, are we having fun? Yeah. Yeah, I am. All the chewed up fiber optic cables got fixed, so now I have interwebs again. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse from JLS Comics brought his girlfriend.
Ay, mira. Para ti solo, Carlos. Oh, papucha.
Every time's like the first time. It always makes me laugh. That looks like a bunch of freaking retards. It is, yeah. Wait, that's a guy. I thought it was a woman. No. Well, I mean, that person has a beard under their little paper masks, so I would say one way or the other, it's a man. We can't tell if his mental illness goes beyond masks and face shields, and maybe he thinks he's not a man. So, yeah. Robert Diaz says several people at my job still wear masks in the warehouse. Only one of the 6 people who wear masks has a reason for it. Dude is fighting an infection. Well, right. There you go. That's different. According to Los Angeles Times, 63% of American households are now considered dysfunctional. What? Huh? Oh, Norman Rockwell is bleeding. Gotcha. Okay. Those kids are going to vote for J.D. Vance. I don't know. I'm sure their dad voted for Kamala Harris. Pretty friggin' sure. Isolation and boosters fried their brains. Yeah, you ain't kidding. You are not kidding. I'm sure that dad's on like 6 boosters. Yeah. Lil Billy and Mikey don't wash their hands after tinkle, so dad has them locked down. No. Looks too manly. Yeah. Poor kids have to suffer from his, I think that's a dude, from his dumbass. I see people today wearing masks. What the fuck is wrong? I love watching people drive around in cars alone, kids wearing masks. It's like, what are you afraid of? Well, it's performative. Yeah, it is performative. LA should focus on itself instead of trying to speak for the entire country. Did anyone see that the federal government is putting the hammer down on Los Angeles and California for all their waste, fraud, and abuse? Yep. G.I. Joe 66 is listening from work with this. Yep. Alone in the car with the windows up, air conditioner rocking, wearing a mask. I don't know. No idea. JLS Comics, if someone behind them in line coughs, those particulates are getting through And those plastic masks won't do shit. Yeah, of course not. It wasn't even a feel good measure. That was just control. That's all it was control. Raising bubble boys and girls, right? So now we talk about immunotherapy. So they fear their environment. Great parenting. Yep. I guess a lot of people forgot how immunotherapy works, right? Exposure, things like that. Yeah. Go ask the American Indians. They'll tell you all about it. Gotta love when you see these people in public and they have masks on their dogs. What the hell, dude? Yeah, angry Christian. No one will be held accountable. That's the worst thing. And some people, thank you, sir. May I have another? They were more than content to rat out their neighbors or call the police if someone was, God forbid, sitting outside on a park bench by themselves, or they had 3 people over at their house. I mean, that's some Gestapo shit right there. But again, remember, kids, Boog said we're mentally ill. Probably not, everybody here, but, me and a couple other people for sure. Bobby Vance, worse than being in your car alone with a mask on is on a motorcycle with no helmet on, but wearing a mask. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, face mask equals easily controlled sheeple. Backwood says, I told my kids to take the mask off as much in school. Good. Oh, God, Alyssa Milano. Yes. You guys all remember when she was wearing the crocheted mask? It's the same thing as going into a restaurant. You can't get, the unknown virus of unspecified origin. You can't get it when you're sitting at a table. But once you stand up from the table, boy, if you don't have your mask on when you get up, that's it. You're going to die. Yeah. Jedi Ben says the whole pandemic stuff reminds me of the greatest trick the devil ever pulled. Mm-hmm. We used to drink from the garden hose because we are the greatest generation. Now kids can't eat gluten or peanuts. That is that bullshit. Oh, yeah. I made a reel about 20-year-olds today, and they need safe spaces from words, and they have peanut allergies, and showed, a clip from the movie Midway and said, their grandparents, even though it's a meme, right? And people are like, oh, it would be great grandparents. Oh, actually, it's like, you missed the fucking point, kid. But, the greatest generation in their 20s and what they did. Again, right? Hard men create good times create soft people, and then you get this bullshit right here on the screen. Mm-hmm. Menjoza, what's up? What's happening? Good to see you. Embargo, my dad had leukemia during this whole mess. Dude, that's terrible. Couldn't see him at the hospital until he was released 8 months later. That's fucking criminal. That is criminal. And again, nobody's going to answer for it. Headcanon says, my favorite was people in orchestras playing instruments through those masks with slits in them. The age of retardation. Yeah. The Titan says, what pisses me off is how easily otherwise intelligent people are manipulated. All the information released about Fauci and everyone's focused vaccine schedules cause Orange Man bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Orange Man. It's all the Orange Man's fault, right? Mm-hmm. Hello, George Aiken from across the pond. It's good to see you. How is your volcanic island lair these days? Yeah. Angry Christian frickin' nailed it. These are the same people who claim they're against fascism. Mm-hmm. Rules for thee, not for me. Robert Diaz, Chad, the worst thing out of all of that was 5 people in your home, not your family, was an issue, yet then you watched the mass protest. Well, remember, they paused the lockdowns for BLM protests. Just remember that. You can't go see your father in the hospital with leukemia. But if you want to set shit on fire and riot, fucking A, go to it. Yep. Ace's place has mental illness from everyone else's mental illnesses. When it comes to Alyssa Milano, I just shake my head and ask why. How is it someone who was so fucking hot be so freaking stupid? Hollywood? Hollywood. Their degenerate fucking satanic bubble that they live in. Menjoza says, I'm still pissed at Arnold Schwarzenegger for his F your freedom statement. Yep. Never forget that. I don't know. Chaosmatic says these people make their mental illnesses a badge of honor. They do. And that's something I talk about a lot is there's no shame or humility anymore. People go out in public and they act like they're fucking 3-year-olds pissing in their pants. Even N95 masks are performative. They protect to 0.3 microns and COVID is 0.1 microns. Lols. Yeah. Gerard O'Connor, the 3-second rule is still acceptable in society. Yes, I dropped my food to the ground. Best believe I'm still going to eat that shit. You know, in the infantry, we have a term called floor spice for a reason, because if you drop it, you just pick it up, brush that shit off and eat it. Oh, George's getting a great tan in the UK. Well, you got to have a real dark tan in the UK these days to fit in, my friend. I freaking hate to say it, but all you whiteys are getting overran. Over freaking ran. Kevzilla, we had to do the whole mask and vax shit at work or be let go. Our union capitulated and would do nothing to defend us from the firings. Well, again, I always talk about the pendulum effect because now that's coming back around. The Department of the Defense or Department of War, again, whatever you want to call it, they're reinstating everyone who was pushed out of the military. Back pay, rank, all of it. Yep. Steven, hi, Steven. Glad you're back. I needed my Chad fix. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, someone just cut a shitload of fiber optic and they had to, they tried to repair it, but then once they got it all dug up, they realized it was too much. And so they had to replace like a massive span of fiber. And if any of you know, splicing fiber, cutting fiber, like putting connectors and fittings on fiber, that's a very skilled thing. Black Spearhead says, I guess Darwinism's on vacation too. That's too bad, right? We need Darwinism to come back. Yeah. Oh, a politically acceptable righteous cause made you immune to the coof. I heard that. Yeah, I did hear that. The ugliest thing I seen all week from friends is Confederate statues in West Virginia were being cut up and scrapped. You can guess why. Revisionist history. They want to destroy the whole, Reconstruction. Part of the Reconstruction of these United States of America after the Civil War was that everyone who fought in the Civil War would get all military honors. And again, right? People going back on their promises. There is a crazy hot matrix. There absolutely is. Yeah. Hot and stupid tends to go together because of their lack of accountability. That is true. That is very true. Also, this isn't always the case. Again, there's nuance, there's gray areas. A lot of times, the hotter, the shittier in bed. I don't know if any of you have seen that too. Backwoods says, I gotta say, Trump was the one that created rap speed. Is that warp speed? And what was in it? What was in all of their shots? God, Can you rephrase that? I don't really know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm still pissed at Arnold for Jingle All the Way. You don't like your Turbo Man doll? Crystal clear. I don't have the answer to that. JLS Comics, I had to get the shot. I've had great phone reception ever since. Hell yeah, dude. I got it. I didn't get a booster or any dumb shit like that. The military didn't force boosters, but they did force if you don't get it, you're out. And I was so close to retiring. I just did it. I did it. I wish I didn't have to, but I did. Yeah. So what you're saying is I could drop my ice cream in a pile of shit and still eat it. It's just like sprinkles. Flan Man, mass psychosis is a real thing. That is true. People in my department were actually complaining on each other for not wearing COVID masks. Fucking love thy neighbor, right? That's that bullshit. That is that bullshit. Which hater of Chad's cut the fiber optics in his hood? Yeah, I doubt it. Dreadnought K6 is back on Facebook and Instagram. Well, you know the number. Use it, says Argyle in Die Hard. If I had to reference that for anybody. Bobby Vance says the F your freedom from Arnold, and if you're willing to walk among us unvaccinated, you are an enemy from Gene Simmons. Oh, there's tons. I have tons of that. I will start working some of that. Yeah, that bullshit. Because again, these are the people that are calling all of you like fascists and bigots and stuff because you love your country and you don't want, you know, the mass migration of a bunch of military-aged males taking over your countries. You know, you're the problem. Yep. It's the unvaccinated. Ken the Band says, I watched that video of the guy getting grabbed by the police in the UK for buying a baseball bat. It was still in his shrink wrap. Yeah, we talked about that the other day. Yeah. Backwood says, how can you not like Democrats and like Confederates? Weren't they Democrats? They were. Yeah. Yep. Party of slavery, party of the Klan, party of Jim Crow laws. Mm-hmm. Against desegregation. Sure. Yeah, that was them. 100%. Johnny Dex X Amber Heard is an example of the crazy hot matrix. Yes, 100%. And she is a fucking 10-10. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mother Slug says, I never got the shot, nor wore a mask, never got the coof. There you go, man. Headcanon says Warp Speed was designed to get rid of needle lists to government regulations to made medicines more expensive and slower to produce. It was the Biden admin that used it to do away with safety precautions. Well, yeah. Hot. Yeah, it's a crazy stupid. Okay, I see what you guys are talking about with the Warp Speed. Bluetooth receptors in the shot. Anyway, we're going to move on from this. This wasn't a thing about you know the bullshit fake pandemic, but this I want to talk about. Hey kids, this is from the Daily Wire today. The Women's NBA, the WNBA task force, meets to decide which athletes should be considered women, but couldn't make a decision. That was today. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than my super fucking awesome buddy, bro, pal, Duarte Studios is here. What's up, brother? Lots of people traded bodily autonomy for a paycheck and a plane ticket. Some of us trusted our rights and said, nope, no job, no trip, or mandate is worth surrendering control over your body. Fuck yes. Good to see you, buddy. Sophie Cunningham. That's her name. Yeah, she's hot and she's based as fuck. The other day, Monday or Tuesday, I showed that picture of her and Sydney Sweeney together, and every leftist nut job was losing their fucking mind over it. Yeah, Sophie Cunningham. She's based. Yeah. Men shouldn't be allowed in women's sports. They shouldn't be allowed in women's locker rooms. You know the kind of stuff that safeguards young girls in sports. But again, she's the enemy. Yeah. So a WNBA task force can't make a decision what is considered a woman. Today's meeting covered a wide range of topics, including ongoing discussions on transgender athletes. There are no immediate eligibility matters affecting the WNBA, and we strongly denounce the bad faith efforts that we always talk about. Right? You got to create a narrative. It's a bad faith effort to keep men out of women's sports. To use these topics to demonize or marginalize others. Get fucked. We used to live in a world where everybody knew the difference, right? Yeah, she's pretty fucking rad. Yep, exactly, Gonzo. They couldn't come to a decision on what a woman is. Mm-hmm. These are also the people that they want to celebrate what Massachusetts just did with abortions up until birth. That's not a baby. You know, the little life inside of you that's kicking to get out. But, yeah. Duarte is considering hanging up his crown and joining the WNBA. I heard it pays good for players who can actually sink a basket. Oh, yeah, we could all go join the WNBA. We'd run it. I don't even have to shave my beard. Let's go. But again, men who want to get into women's sports, they just can't compete with men. Men who want to be women, they don't want to be a man. They don't want to do the hard stuff that men do. Mm-hmm. Anyway, moving on from this. But that is that bullshit. I don't know if anybody knows who this guy is, the conservative Ronan. He is a Mexican-American conservative who I follow on Instagram. And I've always said, if you want to see how accepting and loving these coexist, hate has no home people, right? Those types, if you want to see how tolerant and loving they are, show them a black conservative or a Hispanic conservative. So this is a conservative Ronin, and this is just a little jokey thing that he made. He's in the Doom Guy armor eating a fucking taco with the devil. Because this guy, again, if you go against the message, even if you're, the color of skin that they deem should be voting Democrat, you're a problem. So H-Town SW19, again, with these people who can't spell. Bro, you wrong. I bet your family cross. So you could be a citizen, and now you think you're, oh, fuck. I really hope English isn't this fucker's first language. Because with our education system these days, he probably has a bachelor's degree with this typing. Now you think you're above all illegals that look like you. I hope you eating meatloaf, because if you eating tacos, bro, you going to hell. That's the same thing all these people, all these Hispanics that are like, if you voted for Trump, you better not go on vacation to Mexico. You better not be eating tacos. Why do you have like a monopoly on tacos or something? Milk says a 6'5" Chadito would dominate in the paint. Oh yeah, man. 6'10" wants to join the WNBA with us. That's it. We'd be the dream team. I mean, you would be what, Shaq? Because you're 6'10". I don't know. Yeah, let's go. We'll do it. Triple D's back. What's up, dude? Boss man showed up, so I had to look busy for a few minutes. Fuck yeah. That's how you do it. Backwoods, why are we worried about white liberal women killing their offspring? Well, for one, we're being outbred, so there's that. But yeah, most, I don't know about liberal, but like I generally tend to stay with leftists because there's kind of a difference. Most leftist women don't want to have kids. Crystal Clear says hearing that gave me cancer. Reading it gave me eye cancer. So thank you. You're welcome. It's a hard read, Chad. Jeebus, that dude needs some English classes. Again, he probably has some kind of college education. Yeah, these are the people that call you like ignorant and stupid, right? Obviously, I guess he's Hispanic because he has a real big problem with the conservative Ronan being a conservative Hispanic. But he types in Ebonics like he should be hanging out with fucking, Tyrone and Boog. I don't fucking know. No idea. It is what it is. I bet this guy can't read an analog clock. 100% would agree. Yeah. Michael Zimmerman, 1.5 hour long job interview. I hope I didn't miss much. Dude, if you're going after that job, I hope you get it, man. Daily Wire made that movie Lady Ballers. They called it years before today. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, look at Demolition Man and Idiocracy. Those called it too. And back then, it was supposed to be comedy. It was supposed to be satirical, but that's where we're living, kids. Let men play in the WNBA. Yeah, I definitely clean up at the betting counters in Vegas. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is the thing. How many women want to go play in the NFL? How many women want to play in the NFL? I'm going to say none. You know why? Because they'd get fucking bodied. They would get folded in half backwards immediately. Dead, 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 dead. They would just be gone. Yeah. He needs an app to read an analog clock. You mean he needs a digital clock? D-Town, what's up, man? Good to see you. Oh, first we were living in Idiocracy. Now we're living in 1984. I would say we went from Demolition Man to Idiocracy, and now we're in 1984. Yeah. Dude couldn't pen a letter and post it if his fragile little life depended on it. Yeah. Triple D says, I don't see him in the chat. I would still like for everyone to shout out James Lucas. He had surgery. That's right. He did. He did. Thank you for that. And it went well, but he is still in a lot of pain. Let's get some prayers going. Absolutely. Dude, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for saying that. Yep. Yeah. If all of you could just send some love out to James Lucas, Kevzilla says, I bet he loves analogs. We read that differently. Yep. Chad, did you see the failed college female kicker stunt? No, I did not. She kicked the saddest undefended extra point in football history. She got celebrated for being awful. What is that? Participation trophies. That's what that is. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Send all the love to James Lucas, kids. Just a boof. I got an even better question, Chad. How many all-women's teams want to play in the NBA against all-male teams? None. None. How many women say, you know what? I'm going to grow up and get a job in sanitation, or I'm going to be a welder. I'm going to be a construction worker. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's equity, right? They want all the stuff. They just don't want the hard work. Megan Rapinoe scoring against her own team. She should have been kicked out of ever representing the United States in anything ever again with her bullshit. But again, right, she's one of these fucking pink-haired weirdos. There are women's semi-pro football leagues. Half the players are men. Half the players are men who say they're women, or half the players are like biological men who say they're men. There's a difference. You're saying there's a women's semi-pro football league where half the players are biological men saying they're women? Is that what you're saying? There's a difference, right? You got to expand on that. They would rather those they say they care about get worse as long as who they oppose don't get better. Yep. Yep. Mother Slug says, I love watching the videos of women that say, I can do whatever a man can do. And then they show a woman a super dangerous job and they're like, fuck that. Exactly. Jay Cancer says, I blame the parents for kids like him. The sad thing is he probably is a white kid. A lot of young white kids talk like that because they think it's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. It's that ghetto chic, right? In 1927, American socialist Norman Thomas said the American people would never vote for socialism. But he said under the name of liberalism, the American people will adopt every fragment of the socialist program. Don't forget that. It's just like that former KGB guy that went on American talk shows and laid it all out. Like, we've been influencing your country from the inside for years. You guys will never accept it. We can't beat you. We got to destroy you from the inside. Yep. And McCarthy was right about all of it. Hey, kids, do you remember beginning of this week, we talked about Rosscon and, you know, all the overpriced Hasbro figures, and I'll just wait till it goes to Ross. I'll wait till it goes to Ross. And then somebody in the chat, I want to say it was Monday or Tuesday, said, you know, Ross did just raise their price on figures to $20. Who remembers that? Again, we always build upon previous conversations, always, right? And all it does is it just solidifies the arguments every single time. Kenzo says, side note, Sophie Cunningham did kick a 45-yard field goal in high school, so that's cool. Yeah, right on. Brandon R says, women's rugby is a great sport to watch. Yeah, women's beach volleyball. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Headcanon says you can vote your way into socialism, but you will have to fight your way to get out of it. Again, like apparently socialism's so great that they have to put up fences and walls to keep people from coming in, right? Oh, Crystal Clear remembers. Medieval Alchemist remembers. Yeah. Sophie Cunningham is the top 0.001% of female athletes. So, yeah. Skydro Walker says the Ross game is over. We're going somewhere with this. We're going somewhere with this. Yep. The people that push for equal representation of genders in the workplace exclude the jobs like bricklaying, garbage man, construction. No, they want like management, supervisory. They don't want to do hard work. They want to be in charge. You know, boss lady. The American women's soccer team got beat by a bunch of male teenagers, 32-2. You know what they needed on their team, George? This is what they needed on their team, dude.
Can you quit saying that I look like Buffalo Bill? Because it's not funny. You're not funny at all. And you're not original.
Yeah, they need that Clint Howard lady. Notice I air quoted lady. Yeah, that's what they needed on their team. Nicotronis, I saw Masters of the Universe Origins are now $15, $3 cheaper than Target. Meh. Again, Skydro Walker says the Ross game is over. Ross got wise. Gerard O'Connor, who's the dude in viral videos debating a feminist, then fails to open a jar of olives? Forgot the argument. That was just funny as shit. I don't know. Jim Largo says Pepperidge Farms remembers when we had that conversation about Ross. We're going somewhere with this, kids. Kevzilla remembers. Okay, as long as you guys remember. Buffalo Bill wasn't that ugly, damn. No, but, you know. I just thought it was funny because, you know, there's one of thems that we all called Buffalo Bill because of the original Buffalo Bill. And then this dude made a video like, stop calling me Buffalo Bill. Yeah. Mother Slug. I saw the new site of the Toys R Us in my city is building here. I guess it's supposed to be open early 2027. Should be interesting to see how it will be. Dude. Need to support it. All these fucking turds, all these tribalists in their echo chambers. If you don't buy it, they won't make more. If you don't support it, you're not a real fan. If you don't back this fucking overpriced crowd fund, they won't unlock the tiers for the rest of us. We all know that bullshit, right? We all know that bullshit. These are the same fucking turds that will not shop at Toys R Us, but will turn around and bitch about Target and Walmart and Ross. But when Toys R Us makes a concerted effort to come back, oh, well, it's overpriced. That's not Toys R Us's fault, right? That's your fucking massive $11 billion corporation's fault. Okay, that's who sets the fucking prices. Now, if Toys R Us has to kick that price up a little bit, they didn't make a figure $40. So, yeah. But you know, all these motherfuckers, they won't go to Toys R Us. They won't do it. They'll say, oh, well, you know, they don't have enough of the figures that I want there and blah, 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 blah. It's like, and Walmart does. Yeah. Keys collects. I'm looking for the place with no rhyme or reason. Am I in the right place? I don't think so. And I don't think so, because we're sure, whatever. I don't care. Yep. I see hot landscaping females once in a while. Blue collar hotties are a thing in farm communities, but they're not into soft men. No, no, they're definitely not into leftist dudes. Yeah, leftist dudes who, you know, they don't own tools, but they wear flannels. Robert's Infinite Realms. What's up, my dude? Good to see you. Yeah. Mother Slug says, I heard KB Toys is supposedly coming back too. Yes, I did hear that as well. We talked about that, I want to say 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. Not sure where they're going, but it will be great to see them back. I 150% agree. Darkhawk says, a mall about an hour from me has a Toys R Us. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Shit, yeah, dude. Right on. I'm just saying, we all know those people who say, if you don't support fucking Hasbro because we're beholden to Hasbro, you're not a real fan. But they'll turn around and be like, I'm not going to buy fucking action figures at Toys R Us. I'd rather buy my toys that, you know, I only identify as a toy person and my entire personality revolves around toys, but I want to get them from big box retailers who never put them on the pegs. Okay. The amount of, quote, men who can't change a tire is pathetic. You know, the ma'am has a funny story where she stopped to help a guy who was changing his tire, and she wound up doing it for him. And she stopped in the middle and turned around, dead, looked him right in the face and said, do you not know how to change a tire? And he's like, no, I know how to do it. And she's like, so you're just letting me do it for you? He's like, yeah. And she just got up and walked off. Yeah, 100%. Dreadnought, I hope Hasbro goes under, and I hope the IPs get sold to someone. Oh, the G.I. Joe IP? I don't see that happening. I really don't. Mother Slug, worst thing I've seen at a local Walmart store are scalpers camping in the Pokemon card aisle or camping around vending machines. Fucking weirdos. You fucking weird, man. Anywho, why am I bringing back up the conversation about Ross and $20 fucking classified figures? Well, somebody fucking chimped out about it. Straight chimped out, 100% delaminated, and you know they blamed the Orange Man, right? You know this dude blamed the Orange Man. And here's the fucking kicker. This dude is a legitimate combat arms veteran. Talk about first world problems. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right now. You know what? We'll make that tomorrow's poll. What was your favorite toy store? KB, or the Toy Works. Fucking, why not just say Child World? We'll make that tomorrow's poll. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Here we go. This dude. Yo, 19 kilo. F these tariffs, all a bullshit scheme. These effing figures have been in country forever and didn't sell. $10, $13, $15, and now $20. The economy is bad. Gas is expensive. Food is expensive. And since everyone here is, quote, military friendly, looking like idiots over in Iran, we've used 80% of our bombs in the Judeo-Epstein war, and Diaper Don still talking about leveling Iran. Laughable. First of all, for a tanker to even believe that bullshit fucking access media narrative that we've used 80% of our munitions, you're insane. 100% insane. But this guy just loses his fucking turds. Loses his turds. Nothing about Hasbro. You know, oh, hey, Hasbro, maybe you shouldn't keep raising your figures from $20 to now $30, up and up and up and up and up. Don't blame Ross. Orange Man. Tariffs and Orange Man. Tariffs haven't been a thing for how long now? Exactly. Uncle Clutch, what's up? I'm a bit behind on the show, and I'm about to be on duty at work. We're getting to you. We're getting to you. Yeah, it's coming around. Yeah. So this guy's just having a fucking straight moment. For a combat arms guy, right? This is supposed to be like cool under fire, but no. $20 figure at Ross, Orange Man's fault. War in Iran's fault. Sure. This guy, Die Hard 3.75. First of all, I saw that name and I was like, oh, I got to go check this dude out no matter what, right? But Die Hard's like, yeah, I unfollowed you. And then this guy, right? No need to announce, just leave, you pedo protector. The first part of that, sure, I'm down with that. Nobody likes the airport announcement thing. But the second part, again, just because this dude decided to unfollow somebody who utterly lost his fucking marbles over Ross raising their prices. This guy's got to call him, oh, you're a PDF file protector. Of course, right? Because that seems to be the only narrative that these fucking wacko leftists in our hobbies can bring up. These words right here, right? How many of those same fucking rejects called me that? And then this guy, Mixed Tiles, right? Whatever. He looks like a fucking squiggle. Says, imagine explaining to a younger version of yourself, blah, 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 blah. You're going to have to do damage control for a Silver Spoon Yankee con man. Okay. Again, narrative to fit an agenda when Donald Trump was a Democrat. Did he or did he not help fund and attend Chelsea Clinton's wedding? Did he or did he not receive humanitarian awards with that piece of shit, Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson? I didn't call Jesse Jackson a piece of shit. I called Al Sharpton a piece of shit. Right? But again, agenda, narrative. Oh, PDF. Oh, this. Oh, Epstein. Oh, door. Mm-hmm. So then I went and checked this dude out. I collect 3.75 and 1/18 scale. Notice he's learned because there is a difference. True 1/18 scale is not 3 3/4 inch. I love world building and taking photos of my collection to share. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to follow this motherfucker. So I did. And then I messaged him and I said, hey, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about that bullshit. And then this kid, Marvel Zombie, calls Die Hard 3.75 a freaking loser. We'll come back to Marvel Zombie because he comes up again, right? And then this guy, like, he's showing how stunning and fucking brave he is. Snot Bayo, okay. Well, I'm sure he's going to be heartbroken. Right? I mean, echo chamber. Uncle Clutch. This guy right here, Uncle Clutch says, as a former Army Ranger, I was floored by the ultimate douchery of Kilo, aka I drive a tin can. Yeah, tank, 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 tank. Right? Yeah, I'm Uncle Clutch. I'm old school. 11 Bravo, 23 years. I did everything. I was a heavy weapons master gunner, the whole 9 yards. So I am a Mike Golf until his protector showed. Oh, his protector show. Yeah, and went ham on me. Yeah, we're gonna get to that right now. So Uncle Clutch here. Again, kids, right? Says, damn, you got your tin can driving ass in a knot today. Man, it's just now Monday. Take it easy. Come on, bro. Sleepy Joe wasn't better or worse than anyone because the dude was under elder abuse the whole time, right? My time in law enforcement, I learned a lot of the signs. Whomever was running him was the real villain. Hope you have a better week. Rangers lead the way. There you go, right? That Uncle Clutch is just like, bro, you are straight fucking delaminating over Ross raising their figure prices to $20. Going just completely off the reservation about, oh, we 80% of our munitions. Total bullshit, right? Orange Man, Diaper Dawn, PDF, all the talking points, right? Like we've all come to know and recognize and laugh at with all of the fucking leftist commies in our hobbies. And as a combat arms guy, granted, I've known a lot of weird leftists in combat arms. I don't know why, but I mean, they are everywhere. And then Yo Kilo starts in on the fucking Diaper Dawn. Right. Oh, Diaper Dawn as diaper nurse falls asleep, Oval Office, NBA champion hat, fuck. You're LEO, right? Okay. Uncle Clutch is just like, yeah, man, I don't fucking care. Right. I served in 2 branches, and they're just fucking, right? Uncle Clutch just lets him have it. Right. For me and my buddies, I do the Joe thing to escape a little bit and have fun. Now, this is something that I've talked about. A lot of people have discussed of the people who will bring it up, because a lot of people don't want to bring it up because then they say they're going to get attacked and they're afraid of the fucking alphabet mafia and the fucking woke leftists and shit, which I'm not. Fuck you. These are supposed to be hobbies that we enjoy. There's supposed to be escapism, all that stuff. Once you start bringing any kind of extremism into these hobbies, as much as you have an echo chamber, the pendulum's going to swing the other way and you're going to get the equal and opposite direction. And neither one of them is good. So instead of just being rational, like, hey, why don't you just keep your weird shit out of our hobbies? Nope. Got to fucking delaminate about Ross. Oh yeah, he did fund Reverend Jackson's presidential campaign in the 80s. He sure did. Yep. Keys Collect says their obsession with certain words is a bit concerning, especially considering the level of projection that's always there. Agreed. But it's always there. It's always there. As soon as I said I was tearing off the Band-Aid after Charlie Kirk got assassinated and a bunch of fucking weirdos that I thought were decent people started laughing about it and celebrating it, I said when I was tearing off the Band-Aid, I knew what was going to happen. I was going to get called this. I was going to get called that. And everything happened. It happened exactly as I said it would, because there's a fucking playbook. There's a playbook for that agenda. 11 Bravo equals 0311 in the core. I was a sucker for hard jobs. I'm a sucker for hand jobs. Yeah, man, get that fucking gun up. You know, I know exactly. I did some missions with the Marine Raiders. It was fun. We blew a bunch of shit up. Yeah, and we didn't have to pay for it. Mother Slug says, is it hobby? I thought it was just a toy used to let your mind escape. Oh, Jesus, man. Cheese and crackers. Anyway, so yeah. Right. Uncle Clutch here is just like, he's just chill about it. And then this fucking dude again, Marvel Zombie, right? He's the parrot. Oh, I got to get in on this again. I got to get in on it again. Maybe if you people, what do you mean you people? Maybe if people like you cared more, again, right? Projecting that narrative that you don't care, right? You're insensitive. You might not be so underrepresented or overtaxed. What the fuck? Everyone has equal opportunity. Yeah. Representation, not talking about the fucking woke representation, but real representation. We've talked at length, all of us, about how these people who get elected to go represent us, they turn around and just start telling us what to do. So that argument is out. I also served in the military. Again, that doesn't mean fuck all, kid. You could have been a cook. You could have been a fucking 41 Alpha. You could have just been some piece of shit pogue. Maybe you were an MP and your whole job was just to be a blue falcon. You know, because MPs. But that doesn't stop me from fighting for what I believe in. Oh, my God. I didn't spend 15 years in the Navy. There you have it, kids. Oh, 15 years in the Navy.
I don't know, man. Seems kind of gay to me.
Mm-hmm. To see people being killed in the streets by my own government. Oh, God. You mean like Alex Preddy, the guy who said stay home, save lives? Yeah. The guy who showed up where he shouldn't have been, doing what he shouldn't have been with a concealed weapon, just tucked into his waistband. It wasn't even in a holster. But, you know, again, you can't bring that up, just like George Floyd. You can't bring that shit up. No. It ruins the narrative, and therefore you're terrible. Yeah, this is one of those fucking, yeah, again, right? Hey, watch that Navy shit, bro. Come at me, motherfucker. Just kidding. Just kidding. It was funny, and you know it. Anyway, but yeah, this guy's fucking delaminating. Oh, our government is slaughtering our own people. Right. So then I went and checked this fucking Rhodes Scholar out. That's it. That's it. There you go. This is the fucking loudmouth guy. There he is. 5 whole posts. Following 529 with 63 followers. Again, we looked at the same thing with Tyrone. When you have like a million fucking posts and next to nobody following you, or you're following a shitload of people, it's almost like that crazy hot matrix with women. You have this weird, like, chronically online need for validation. I want attention. Hey, look at me. Hey, listen to me. Hey, I'm important. Hey, pay attention to me. You have like 10% of your effort with 5 fucking posts, which you know, I'm not going to dog on your stuff. I can't draw worth a fuck. So I'm not going to go there, but this is the guy getting all loudmouthy on everybody. This right there. All Things Marvel podcast coming soon. Well, make sure you watch a lot of Shartimus Prime so you can learn how to fucking, you know, do it right. Watch a lot of Russ. Anyway. Yeah, and then Uncle Clutch, you know, just fucking like a boss. Cool, man. You do you. That shit's easy, right? Yeah, okay, whatever. Drive on. I will. And you keep doing whatever it is you're doing using AI to make your shitty cost. Oh, my fucking God, dude. And then he has to tag this guy. It's just again like, look, I'm in your corner. I'm trying to get fucking attention. Look at me. Aren't I cool? No, you're not. And even though he's here in the chat, because I told him I was going to talk about it. If I'm going to talk about a thing, right, I'm going to let you know. I went and followed him. Yeah. Apparently he's followed by a lot of other awesome people that I know. So there you go. Again, right? You see a rational person, followers following. That's pretty even Steven, right? Even Steven. Doesn't have like 800,000 fucking posts. Yeah. Lady Spartan Customs. There you go. Unlike this, right? Completely upside down on your ratio, just running off at your fucking suck muscle all the time. Yeah. And then this guy, again, fucking Snot Bayo. You don't care about the fucking, what about the children? What about the Epstein files? Oh my God. They killed a cop on January 6th. Here we go again. Hell yeah, Skydrow Walker. Shout out, man. Uncle Clutch. Just saying. Army Rangers. I mean, just right. Look at all this word vomit. They're real. And they're the truth. Okay, well, they're there. We need to learn the differences. About this country, corrupt as it gets. You go live your quiet, peaceful life. Fuck out of here. So now people aren't allowed to live quiet, peaceful lives? Whatever happened to that? It's all in the delivery. People don't want you to have individual liberty. I want to live my quiet, peaceful life. That is a perfect representation of individual liberties. No. You either got to get angry, you got to get on our fucking bandwagon. If you're not, you're the enemy. Oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. Remember the image I showed you guys of the dude wearing the mask and the face shield with glasses, and his kids were all wearing the same? This is the same shit. It's the exact same shit. Yeah, I said that. I said that, dude. Suck muscle. Come on, you know what I'm saying, right? Jay Cantu, this is how I feel about it. Keep the politics and the bitching out of my hobbies. That's it. That's it. 100%. Just mind your business, buy the toys, play with them, and not be some weirdos, weird-ass inbox collectors. This shit all has to get flushed out of our hobbies. It has to get flushed out. It's harder with toys than it is with comics and gaming. In comics and gaming, it's prevalent. They put that shit into the comics. They put that shit into the gaming. They preach a message. It's not about escaping into your comic book or escaping into your video game. You got to fire up the newest Dragon Age game and you got to get fucking lectured. You open up a comic book and you're getting lectured. With the toys, it's different. That crazy hot matrix is different. It's the people, all of these fucking people like this. It's always the same example, the same talking points, the same narrative, the same fucking projecting, the same name calling. It's always the same shit. It's not the companies doing it. I mean, yeah, Emily at Hasbro tried it a little bit, but she got fucking smacked down. Her bosses were pissed. So she doesn't fucking play that crap anymore. Plus now she's on Ozempic. So, you know, she doesn't have to do that fake body positivity shit anymore. I don't get it. I probably never will. But there's something about toy collecting that just brings out the biggest fucking soft-handed, thin-skinned, spineless fucking cross-dressing weirdo fucks. I told you guys we were coming back fucking swinging today after I had to take yesterday off. Fucking told you. I'm definitely being lectured by that Transformers gem toy. Again, we're going to get into the gem. We're going to get into the gem. Right. With a couple of creatively bankrupt fucking, yeah, seething people. I have Uncle Clutch's website bookmarked, but hadn't followed him on Instagram. That is corrected. Boom, there you go. You know, oh, no, not Headcanon. You're not. Anybody who's a mod, you guys can put Uncle Clutch's website in the link or in the comments. You can do that. 100%. Oh, shit. His better half's here. Ma'am, good to see you. Thank you for being here. I'll give you a nice hefty salute there. Entertaining myself during my workout. Yeah, well, I'm just going off. So anyway, yeah. So then this guy comes in at Uncle Clutch and just fucking does the same thing that tank that fucking tanker did. Again, like I said, there's something about this toy collecting hobby that brings out all the leftists, and I guess these are two of the leftists from the DOD, which, I mean, there's not that many, thank God. But again, remember, back to the very beginning of the stream, 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 15 seconds ago, no one's counting, Boog says, we're all mentally ill. Right? Yeah. We're all mentally ill. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have anything to do with, the obvious shit. Embargo, thank you for posting the link to Lady Spartan Customs. Gerard O'Connor's got to bounce. Stay honest. Be stellar. I love using the word stellar. You too, my man. Take it easy. Oh, man. And the YouTube channel. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Time for fancy olives. Yeah. I'm not mentally ill. I've been tested. I am not either. Mm-hmm. Yep. I am not either. Just remember, though, people like me and others who speak out against the fucking stupid shit, like all of this crap, right? All this fucking bullshit. We're mentally ill, according to the guy who invented action figure photography. Yep. Again, I'm just going to throw this on the screen. We're mentally ill. We are. Not people delaminating over Ross charging $20 for a figure. They know everyone's coming to Ross. They want to make more profit. That's how consumerism works, kids. Toy Odyssey, what's up? Good to see you. Bobby Vance is nuttier than a Christmas fruitcake. Can confirm. Saroon Games is like, what the shit? I'm just pointing it out. All this stuff is out there for you to see. You can fucking freak out on somebody endlessly because they're like, yo, man, you're going a little hard in the paint about bombs and Iran and Orange Man and tariffs that don't really exist anymore, which, again, was pointed out. But, yeah, we're mentally ill. Not the pandering, not the message, not the fucking hyper politicizing everything. That's not weird. That's not mentally ill. Oh my God. You know what this guy's doing? They also call themselves the strong collectors, kids. The strong collectors. That this is strong. Stunning and brave. Do they look like siblings?
Just checking in. Have you drank water today? Did you eat? Did you take your meds?
They look like siblings to me. Stop enhancing, Chad. Okay, look. Yeah, I don't know what's worse, but stop it. Yeah, well, of course he's a fucking hypocrite. Yeah. You know what's mentally ill? My opinion, I would argue, here's an argument. When you're in a panel at a con and someone's walking out of said panel on a phone, never talked to them before in your life, never said a fucking word, never been face to face. And as they're walking out, you step in front of them and go, do I know you? Do you know me? Do I know you? I don't know you. And I'm on the phone just looking at him like, and then I said, then why are you fucking talking to me? Right? I'm on the phone. That's perfectly normal. This is perfectly normal. Losing your shit about Ross raising prices. Maybe they can pay their employees more. Nobody cares about that, right? This, perfectly normal. There's no mental illness. There's no agenda in this, right? Let's make weird little half-sleeve sweatshirts for our dollies. Oh, hey, you guys remember that time that Wolverine was like, hey, fuck Trump? You remember that? I don't, but if you're a toy activist, that's what you have to do. You have to toe that line. Again, right? Narrative, agenda, the message. You got to do it. They both look like dudes. Well, they both are dudes. So they're both dudes. 100%. Now that's mental illness. HTC says, I got a bunch of coworkers nearby. I got to minimize. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. That's fucking TDS. Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite, comic issue, the Rogering. No one uses that word enough. Yeah, right? Of Donald Trump. They put a little schmutz on this Wolverine's legs. I don't know if he probably calls that a custom, right? Oh, like I don't know. Took some of my fucking eyeliner, and I'm sure this dude wears eyeliner. I took some of my eyeliner and fucking wiped it on this figure's thighs. Yeah. Because only manly men in comic and toy collecting. Right. Batstan, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hey, bub. Yeah, Orange Man bad, exactly. Michael Zimmerman says Ross probably raised prices because they have to pay their employees more just from the trauma of dealing with adult toy collectors. Darkhawk says the lefty people I know on Facebook like to always call MAGA a cult when they post vote blue no matter who. And the mask wearing and the mandates. On and on and on. But they didn't even hold a primary after the truth about fucking Sleepy Joe came out. I mean, nothing says constitutional republic more than that, right? Oh, look, kids. It's Captain Community. Chad, I remember the first time I went to New York Comic Con in 2017. I was with a friend and Boog walked right by when we were online. My friend started glazing him. Boog looked at him like he was a peasant. It was the most pathetic thing I've ever witnessed. It was pathetic to watch your friend glaze him. I don't know, whatever. I mean, I don't care. The dude's he's not in my orbit. I don't give a fuck, but I'll point it out. That's for sure. HGC says, man, I was in Ross last Sunday and it was packed. Back to school stuff. But man, it was crazy how long the line was. 5 registers open. And I got my fruity ass Dinobots. Nice. Very cool. Headcanon says, the very few times I've had people come at me online, I offered to meet with them offline and have a conversation about it, and none of them have ever taken me up on it. They need the attention. Testes, 1, 2, testicles, 1, 2. Yes, Drew, I see you. It was pathetic watching a grown man glaze another. For what? For what? And then for him to just treat the guy like shit too, Yeah. Mental illness should be labeled as a sexually transmitted disease. I don't know if any of you have been reading all this stuff about how syphilis has been on the rise and they're linking it to a lot of crazy shit that people do. Saying that's the thing. Yeah. Hey, speaking of being creatively bankrupt, you guys remember when I made that video about Gem and the holograms and how a bunch of classified simps, I did use the word simps, wanted Gem in G.I. Joe? Remember that? That happened. I actually recorded it during one of the mandatory fun streams. Medieval Alchemist says, oh boy, here we go. Yeah, man, we're fucking doing it. So, these guys, you know, them's guys, they hitch their wagon and nothing but classified. So when they got nothing to talk about again, like Shark Week out there in Australia, got to turn around and be like, well, nothing to talk about. Might as well go farm attention from somebody or cry about some shit, or, you know, I can't come up with a topic or an idea, so we'll just steal it. G.I. Joe simps with a Z, right? Because they're fucking urban. Want gem and classified. Why stop there? Truly outrageous. 577 views. 577 views. It's like 5 motherfuckers. Let's count them. 1, 2. Well, he's probably half. 3, 4, 5. 5. 5 guys. 577 views. That's what your name recognition gets you. 577 views. Hey, kids. Remember when all of you were joking about Golden Girls? Specifically Golden Girls. Remember that? What was that? Tuesday? Monday? Tuesday? Yeah. About Golden Girls in classified. I remember. Yeah, you guys did that. Remember when you guys were joking about Voltron in classified? I remember that too. Remember when you guys were talking about Rocky Dennis? The funny thing is, it's everything that all of you in this chat talked about. Sorry, let me back up from this one. You guys talked about this, right? You guys talked about this. You guys specifically talked about that. And I said, yeah, fucking simps. Simps, right? I mean, it fits the definition of simp, simping. But can't come up with anything original. So I don't know. Hey, speaking of can't come up with anything original, and then I'll get to the chat, but I really wanted to talk about this because fuck this. Hope assembles. Star Wars, Marvel, fucking mashup comics. Did you guys see this? Did you fucking see this? Anybody? Thoughts? Oh my God. Yes, Nubian. Very nice. Nubian. Anybody? Does anybody think this is going to go over well? Yeah, exactly. Look at this freaking bullshit. Look at this. Oh, yeah. You guys remember that one time that Groot and Rocket Raccoon were hanging out with Han Solo? Or this? I don't know if any of these three, screams plays well with others, but this does not need to happen. Here, Justin, this is for you, dude.
I don't know, man. Seems kind of gay to me.
Dumbest crossover since Godzilla versus anybody. No one wants this. They're dragging the dead corpse of Star Wars to the finish line. But, since we were talking about, lack of creativity or any kind of original ideas, with those 5 schmucks that had to fucking come glean our shit, might as well talk about this. By Kevin Smith, I say again. Kevin Smith. Oh, look at all these boomer takes. Thanos versus Han Solo is going to be lit AF, bro. Yeah, it's going to be hyphy, bro. This mashup is an abomination. Not everything needs to be crossed over. Agreed. Just like Gem and motherfucking G.I. Joe. Right? A gem 6-inch line? Cool. Do it. Marvel Comics? Cool, do it. Not everything is peanut butter and jelly. Yeah. Very tubular, but not quite rad. Where is it on the bodacious scale? Brandon, wouldn't most Marvel villains fuck Darth Vader up like easily? No need to kneecap Vader like that. He needs to remain the biggest and evilest. But see, that's the thing. I mean, Vader's Billy Badass. That's all there is to it. But I guess it just depends on who's writing it and how it's written. I mean, what version of the Force does he have? Does he have like the Force is everything kind of a deal? I don't know. It just depends. McDonald's Happy Meal is doing Hello Kitty Godzilla kaiju toys. You know, I found out last night. I was last night years old, if I can use that, when I found out that McDonald's is the world's largest toy distributor. It makes sense, but I just never heard it framed that way. They're basically throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. Yeah, they're all doing it. And it's not just the corporations doing it. I mean, their fucking stands are doing it too. You know? I mean, if you're going to simp, you might as well just fucking simp all the way. Same thing as that image of the fucking dude with the glasses and the face mask and the fucking face shield. You gotta go all the way. Go hard in the paint. I am not the correct gender for bodacious scale commentary. Well, you know. Like Galactus would eat Vader's soul in the Death Star in one sitting. No, I don't see Galactus in there, but whatever. I don't know. Robert's Infinite Realms. I just did a rant on this piece of shit. Nice. Is it a video, Robert? I'll go check it out. I'm going to scroll back up through the chat here. I'm going to get caught up. Browncoat said, personally, I don't trust either political party. No, of course not. Why would you? Yeah. But the more I see about Democrats and the way they're leaning towards socialism, all wanting to prop up Islam, it scares the shit out of me, honestly. Yeah, well, it's not compatible with Western society, period, paragraph, at all. Not even a little. Crystal Clear says this is where when we got in the thing. Circle up. Hey. Batstan says, I asked a Walmart worker if in the toy section, if they had given Joe classified, and he said it was classified. Womp womp. Dreadnought K6, 85% of Americans have HPV. 2/3 have genital hurt. Oh, my Lord. I tuned into Moody's show to support Tony's Figs, but as soon as I saw Boog, I immediately said, screw that guy. I'm out of here. It happens. You know, it happens. Look, I'm polarizing. I know I'm polarizing. But, you know, I was made to be polarizing. I really was. I wasn't going to take people's shit anymore. I wasn't going to deal with all these two-faced fucking shit bags. And I won't do it. I won't deal with them. You know, like, everybody has opinions. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys know the new punk rock is to do what big media and the government tells you to do. Didn't you know that? Yeah. Brandon R says, I watched some of that. All in on Blanche, and if you aren't, that's a you problem. I don't care. That Dorothy is fetching. B. Arthur. Is that the hair follicle challenge support group? Again, Look, I've said it a million times. I will say it a million more. With bald people with beards in toy collecting, like that Michael guy crying on his Red Sky account about how he doesn't like the rampant militarism in G.I. Joe. Oh, get fucked. Dude, go to Funko Pops. Just fucking beat it. This is where gatekeeping is necessary, kids. Yeah. I don't know. Toy Odyssey. All these dudes partaking in all these toy political pictures are the same dudes who were shitting on anyone who was against the vaccination or face wearing. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, well, I mean, it's when you have to scream about a thing all the time, right? It's like Joffrey in Game of Thrones, right? When he has to yell at people that he's the king, and his grandfather says anyone who has to say that they're the king. Yeah. If you got to scream that you're in charge, if you got to scream that you're this, right? You got to have a bunch of fucking branded Hescos and weapons crates and everything, like, oh, I'm so fucking tactical. I was hard in the barracks when I was in the fucking military. No, absolutely not. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, we are. You guys know we are. I mean, I just showed it. Somebody sent me all those images and was like, look at this. And I was like, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all. Oh, 100% they did. Verbatim. Yeah. Verbatim. As called out by all of you guys when we were fucking cracking jokes about it. Because, until that overpriced Sergeant Slaughter and the Triple T dropped for fucking Pulse Premium members, what do you have to talk about? Nothing? You're waiting on your fucking overlords? It was like that fucking meme that I posted on my Instagram story where that one like antelope or gazelle or actually whatever it was just gets under that other one and just starts going to work. The classified onlys I've been saying for years, they'll start eating each other. As soon as that content starts drying up, being, toys or anything to even talk about, because if you hitch your wagon to one fucking thing, I understand some of them are diversifying to Fresh Monkey Fiction and Monster Force because it's not Valaverse. We can't talk about Valaverse unless we're picking on Valaverse, which I got another one from Napoleon fucking crying about Valaverse fans. We'll look at that on Sunday. So, yeah. Brandon R says, none of that seems compatible to my idiotic brain. Agreed. Yep. There you go. Hey, can we get Disney princesses in classified? There's more content for you. Yeah. I mean, I probably just gave them more right now. But again, Jeffy was like, maybe don't talk about that. And I was like, why? We're just going to fucking make fun of it. No. What the fudge? What the fudge is that fudge? Yep. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, Gonzo says we've reached the end of creativity. Well, obviously that's not accurate, right? It's just that you have all these corporations from Hollywood to the hobbies that we love, and they're all completely risk averse and they're creatively bankrupt. And a lot of the risk aversion is they don't want to take risks. But the creatively bankrupt part is they hire all these people again, right? We talked about equity versus equality. Equality is, right, everybody deserves to be there because they have the education, they have the experience, they have the creativity, they have the drive, they have the ambition. And the equity part is they have none of that, but they identify as this, that. They have this many disabilities, right? We're playing the Oppression Olympics. give me the job that guy has. And we're going to get to that too. So, yeah, that's the difference. I am scrolling through the chat. I apologize. Medieval Alchemist. This is truly one of the worst things I've ever seen. Michael Zimmerman. I'm getting this Godzilla Hello Kitty toys for my ferrets. Yeah, man. Ferrets aren't going to give a fuck. Keys collects. Slightly intrigued until I saw Kevin Smith. Never go full retard. Nope, never do it. No. Vader is based on Doom? What? What? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Why don't the dorks add Gem to this shit too? Somebody needs to make an image of this with Gem in there too. I don't know. We'll put Gem in here, and then put one of the Misfits in here. No, whatever. Put like Jabberjaw and Magilla Gorilla in there while you're at it. Chad polarizing? No way. I'm just on a new level. Yeah. Oh, this comic must be for
community, and community.
Probably. That is a freaking horrible dad joke. I'm just going to leave that up there. Justin Booth, no, you're real and entertaining. That motherfucker is monotone and boring as fuck. I don't know who you're talking about, but I don't know. Yeah. Michael Zimmerman, seeing Rage Against the Machine raging on behalf of the machine during COVID was heartbreaking. Again, right? You're not punk rock unless you fucking shill for major corporations. You're not punk rock unless you do what mainstream media and the government tells you to do. Come on, that's punk rock now. Yeah. What about clean-faced dudes who shave their head but still has hair? Yeah, I got no issue with that. Crying because it's military in property that literally has general issue in the title. Look, again, he has a problem with it. He wants it changed. It's the same thing as these people, you get these agenda-driven writers on Batman. No. We got to change Robin. Robin's not straight. Robin can't be straight. Yeah. Got to give one of them up to the frickin' Alphabet Mafia gods. Might as well be Robin. It's like, no, don't take Tim Drake. Tim Drake's awesome. Yeah. No, they're gonna, trust me. Oh yeah, let's put Mulan in there. Let's put Disney Robin Hood in there. Elsa. Supergirl, such an example. We'll put Supergirl in there too. Magilla Gorilla, classified confirmed. Corky from What Goes On. That would be a self-insert of most of them, right? Wouldn't it? Come on. Cablin says equity is a participation trophy for those of a certain color and or gender, i.e. affirmative action. Well, they used to have affirmative action, but that wasn't good enough because remember, you got to move that goalpost. You need a new argument. Yeah. Should have stated they instead of we have reached the end of creativity. Yeah, no, I got what you're saying, Gonzo. 100%. Disney doesn't hire the best writers or directors. They cast those positions based on intersectionality. Damn it, Titan. The wokeification-ing focuses on the message, you mother. Damn it. That cover looks like dog shit. You mean that? You mean that right there? Okay. Brandon R says someone in film industry on documentary I watched said the stuff from the early 80s would never be greenlit today because movie studios will only fund existing IPs. Not sure if it's true, but it seems it. Well, you get those onesie twosie new properties that come around, your John Wicks and such, but for the most part, yeah. They will do requels. You know, it's that like soft reboot sequel thing. They'll do sequels. They'll do prequels. They will do reboots. Yeah, new properties. Green Day is punk rock. Oh, you were okay. I got you 100%. I mean, it's hard to keep track, right? You know what I mean? Agent Charles Thatcher. Browncoat says it's always been my way of thinking. I don't get into a property unless I feel a connection with one of the characters. I don't go into a property and then want people to change it so I feel connected. It's just weird, this whole normalizing of, well, if I'm going to play a video game, that character has to represent me 100% down to the freckles on my ass and my genital warts and my hairstyle. No, just play the game. You know, I mean, sweaty basement nerds loved Lara Croft when Tomb Raider first came out because, hey, Lara Croft, right? Yeah. None of us as kids were playing Space Invaders going, you know, I don't feel that this little arrow-shaped wedge spaceship quite represents me enough. Nobody gives a fuck. Yeah. Da-da-dee, da-da-do. That's all you're going to get. Jay Cantu Expanses says, actually, all those covers look like shit. It's like they say, okay, third string, get out there and make a book. Yep. Chaosmatic, Supergirl is a DEI hack job, 100%. They hired a female writer. She had nothing as far as like major motion picture. No, she had like a couple of TV show episodes. Yeah, that's it. That's like a co-writer credit. Flopperooski, 100%. James Gunn's DCU is a fucking failed experiment, and it needs to die a swift death in public right away. Yeah. I'm not going to read that. I'll just put it on the screen. Why does Luke Skywalker look like Lion-O but neutered? Lion-O and Classified. There you go. One of you fucking dum-dums can grab that. Make one of your little AI images of Lion-O and Classified. Dude, is that Pedro Pascal? It's Spider-Man's armpit. It might be. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's most likely Wedge Antilles and Biggs Darklighter. What do I know? But yeah, we'll just say it's Pedro. He's probably staring at his ass. Yeah, that's what Pedro does. Sir, I don't need to know the contents of your trunk junk. I'm just saying. That's all they want. Everything has to look just like me. The first system to offer toxic free speech lobbies to their online service will win. IMO. I've actually had a lot of people tell me that I need to dual stream on YouTube and Rumble. I don't. Whatever. But you know, we should be able to choose what servers we go on, and we as consenting adults should be able to talk shit without repercussions. None of these motherfuckers. None of them. And I'm going to scroll real fast. Ready to look at the screen. None of this. None of it. None of everything that we've talked about today, not a single one of them could have survived Modern Warfare 2 fucking multiplayer lobbies. Not these two, not the fucking chump that made this, not fucking these guys. None of these fuckers would survive a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lobby. None of them. They would just melt. Straight fucking melt. Anyway. This was a video game company about 20 years ago. Again, every time we show images of what these video game companies used to look like, It was pretty much, a microcosm of society at large. Toy scene on Rumble doesn't get views. Yeah, right. These are all fucking sweaty chuddos. Yep. They would rage quit seeing no Russian. Oh, as soon as that warning came up on no Russians, they'd be like, skip. Oh, I have to skip. Oh my Lord. I can't let my non-binary disabled fucking child with gluten allergies see this. Yeah. They'd actually get harassed like for real back then. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%. They wouldn't last a minute on the creek. Are you talking about Malevolent Creek, i.e. Helldivers 2, or are you talking Dawson's Creek? What creek? It's vague. Stop vague posting. Yep. Dreadnought says, I'm not ashamed our people built the best civilization ever, and retards have hijacked it and are actively ruining it. Of course they are. They don't want to make stuff. They don't want to do stuff. They just want to show up. That's why they're like, oh, you guys are colonizers. Actually, it's settlers. There's a difference. Dawson's Creek. Oh, I was quoting a movie. Okay, sorry. Yeah, they probably wouldn't survive Dawson's Creek. Anyway, hey, this is Blizzard. Blizzard's been back in the news again lately. And it's pretty freaking eye-opening. This is what Blizzard used to look like. They used to have this problem at Blizzard. It was called standards. Yeah. Well, a journalist by the name of Jason Schreier, a games journalist, and I say that loosely, he didn't like that. So Jason Schreier wrote a book, and he got the state of California involved. Again, receipts don't lie. Jason Schreier had such a problem with Blizzard. It's pretty wild that in 2021, a game studio still looks like this. Doesn't give a fuck about their qualifications or their skills or their creativity or their work output. Nothing. All he sees is dude. He probably sees white dude, right? He has a problem. Yeah, with the composition and disposition of Blizzard games because there's not enough representation for him. I think that's all I got. Yeah. So Jason Schreier, he's one of those fucking super progressive dickbags. Well, Jason Schreier has pushed back against claims that Blizzard's worst workplace misconduct allegations were made up. California came back after a major lawsuit that was dumped upon Blizzard, where really the whole thing, bottom line up front, was to, instead of a bunch of dudes, they wanted a bunch of purple-haired women. Again, equity, not equality. They didn't want to do work and get hired by these game companies. They just wanted to replace these people. According to Schreier, the 2023 California settlement, which stated no court or independent investigation substantiated claims of systematic or widespread sexual harassment. That was the claim, right? Has been misrepresented as proof of nothing happening. He said both things can be true. Schreier based his reporting on interviews with around 50 current and former Blizzard employees. Yeah. The lawsuit that California pushed against Activision Blizzard was just full of made-up bullshit that they didn't investigate. In essence, California is one reason the game industry is full of this woke crap. Not the only reason, but a lot of the reason. Jason Schreier is a massive piece of shit. Makes me wonder if Microsoft was also involved. Oh, if MS, I don't know, was also involved to sink the stock price for them to buy Activision. And let me go to an actual, I have an article. We're going to pull that article up. Boom. There it is. Let me make it big. That's what she said. Activision Blizzard. Oh, man, that thing looks like shit. Why is that so small? Can we make it bigger? Yeah, sure we can. There we go. Activision Blizzard reached a $54 million settlement in 2023 with the California Civil Rights Department. Yeah, right. Civil rights for everybody, as long as you check a box. This agreement resolved a high-profile 2021 lawsuit alleging gender-based pay disparities and promotional discrimination. Again, equity, not equality. Part of the ruling terms, the state withdrew systematic sexual harassment claims, noting no independent investigation substantiated them. They could not substantiate the claims, but they still reached a $54 million settlement. They reached the $54 million settlement. Again, right? This is one of those things. Never apologize. Always stand your ground. It's the same thing with John Lasseter over at Pixar. Right? Lasseter did nothing wrong, but he went on the fucking apology tour and they buried him. So Activision Blizzard paid the $54 million settlement to get away from this alleged gender pay and promotional issues. That's what they paid the money for. All this other bullshit about the Bill Cosby room and all that stuff, all of it was fake. It was fucking lies. Yeah. 47 million designated for affected female employees and contractors. I wonder why. Kind of sounds like that Me Too thing, right? I want that movie producer's job. I'm going to Me Too him. I want my boss's job at Blizzard. I'm going to say they discriminated against me because of my gender and my color and Yep. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff on this. Now, there's specific videos that I looked at, but I'm not going to go over those videos now because we're already 3 hours in. So I'm just going to let that go. But if you really want to go down the freaking bullshit DEI rabbit hole destruction of what they can do to these corporations, go watch a bunch of the stuff on the downfall of Blizzard. Jason Schreier, that California department, all of them, they were all fucking in on it. Yeah. Jim Largo says wokesters are parasites. They invade a healthy body, then multiply. They can't create, so they dismantle and rebrand. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Give it a name. Call it out. Call of Duty, done. Doctor Who, done. Star Trek, done. Forget it. Yeah, it's just cooked. Even Dragon Age, like Dragon Age Origins was freaking awesome. God of War, Assassin's Creed, nope. We could just keep going. It has been revealed that the essays are fake just to blackmail them. Yeah, exactly. They wanted to change the makeup of the company. Again, Jason Schreier's picture, his post about how he had a personal issue with the composition and the disposition of that company. He didn't like it. There you go. Right. A gay mess journalist. Yep. Dreadnought says it's not even safe to talk freely in private party chats anymore, FYI, in gaming, and never has been on Discord. Use that info how you will. Well, you know, don't be saying weird shit. Hi, Odie. You want to come say hi? Come here. I don't know if she'll come up here. She doesn't like any of you. You may think she does, but she doesn't. Yeah, she won't do it. They got that fuck your pronouns attitude and mindset, my type of people. Dude looks like Pillsbury Doughboy. You talking about Jason Schreier? Yeah. There's nothing more dangerous to a woman than a male feminist or feminism in general. Yeah, ask all the quote-unquote feminists in 1979 Iran how that worked out for them. Too soon? Probably not. Yeah. Ask them how it worked out for them. It didn't. Spoiler alert. Yeah. 90% of games are made on Unreal Engine 5. That is true. It's a tool that allows unqualified DEI hires to have a rudimentary coding and design skills to fill critical roles with minimal skill and knowledge. That is also why games ship broken. They ship buggy. It takes forever to patch them. They take longer to make, which costs more money to produce because you get unqualified hires. That's all there is to it. It's the same thing when Bobby says, not every toy collector should start a toy company. You don't know anything about making toys. And people don't like that. Same shit. Same shit. Just because you're a quote unquote girl gamer doesn't mean you should work at one of these companies. I mean, how many of us here have been playing video games since like the Atari 2600 came or had fucking Pong? You know, we go way back to the inception. It doesn't mean that we're all game designers. No. Add that to the fact that many of the actual coders they have are, Alphabet Mafia. It's a fact. Dig deeper and you see why we don't see substantial leaps like we did in prior generations. Well, they're too busy making pretty women ugly on purpose in video games and cramming in the message. And I mean, they did a Dead Space remake so you can play Dead Space in 60 frames per second. But wait, we put in tranny bathrooms. That's what they took time to do. Time and money. Time is money. Tranny bathrooms. Can't be Dead Space without fixing it. It's problematic. It didn't have trans bathrooms. I wonder why companies are looking to leave California. I just read an article that, Paramount is still, Skydance Paramount is still considering leaving California. Partially because they're blocking the whole Warner Brothers thing, but also it's way too expensive to operate in blue states. Look at Texas. I imagine it's empowering for them to tear down good things when they don't have the skills to join said game studio. Yeah, exactly. That's all they want. Just let me in there. I deserve to be here. Look at me. Look at the color of my skin and look at what I identify as. I deserve it. I deserve it. Give it to me now. You don't deserve shit. Nothing. If development teams were merit-based, you'd see mostly male teams. You'd not need all the bureaucracy due to the DEI, etc. Shit could change rapidly. Let's see what happens at EA. Brown coat. I've always been a Blizzard fan. I played WoW from 2007 up until 22. I can vouch for the fact that their quality of games slowly went down the tubes over the years that I played. Well, no shit. You know why? Now you know why. You know why. You knew why. Yeah. Sounds like Jason Schreier needs to start his own game company, hire people he thinks are the best for the vision, and make games that people like. No? Then fuck off. Yeah, Tim. It's OD, like Oscar Delta, like the letters OD. Original danger. That's OD. Mm-hmm. It's not the way you spelled it like Garfield. It's Oscar Delta OD. That's what I say it is. Oh, and hi. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Thievin, if they mess with strawberry shortcake, I'll be pissed. Well, didn't one of you say previously that she was going to be in classified? So I'm sure those chuckleheads will fucking make an AI image of that. Oh, look, we own the chuds. Yeah, right. I understand how big financially mobile gaming is, but I don't consider that gaming. No, it's not gaming. That's why when they say like, oh, females make up 50% of gaming, it's like Candy Crush isn't gaming, motherfucker. Pokemon Go, Monopoly Go, that's not gaming. Yeah, one, it's either gambling. Two, it's all fucking pay to win unlock shit. And three, it's like you're sitting around I don't want to sound sexist and say the nail salon, but you know, you're just sitting around anywhere like, oh, I guess I'll bust out my magic idiot box and play some fucking Pokemon Go for 5 minutes. Mother Slick says the new one that I heard is being attacked and changed is the new Ghostbusters cartoon. Supposedly changed Janine, making her look depressed emo girl. Added a new Buster woman. So they have a new Ghostbuster girl, and they made Janine like a sad fucking Hot Topic. You know what? Whatever. Here.
Girl power!
Exactly. Dreadnought says the Trantifa love ugly females. It makes them feel better about their attempt to deceive people with their delusional attempts. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cave trolls, man. Keys Collect says WB will get done. Disney is the precedent, just a matter of time. It's not for olive drab, no. Original danger. I wouldn't be against Paramount relocating to North Carolina or Texas. Yeah, fuck yeah. Right? Look, if you want to run your areas into the ground over all your bullshit and marginalized people and immigrants and and the homeless fentanyl fucking zombies, do you? But, you know, people are going to escape. They're escaping New York. They're escaping California. They don't want it. Nobody wants it anymore. I'm definitely not pro squiggle, but that Saudi prince in charge now is kind of a westernized Saudi, but overall I feel you. Yeah, the Saudis have always been pretty centrist. But 9/11 was their fault. Can we all agree on that? I believe we can. Look at the 19 misrepresented immigrants from that incident. I'm sure people would call them that. Yeah, look at those 19. How many of those were Saudis? Thank you. Wait, all I have to do to be a game designer is say I'm being discriminated against because they don't have anyone working there with club feet. But then I couldn't shit when a cripple is working hard. Oh my God, dude. Well, you got to church it up a little bit. You got to be like, oh, so, you know, I'm disabled and I'm marginalized because of this, that. Tell them you got a couple of allergies. Tell them you identify as a, you know, gay Palestinian migrant. Yeah. Asylum seeker. Just tell them that. I'll give you a job. Strawberry Shortcake is a crack hoe from Stalker's old hood in Detroit. Well, they'll definitely put her in classified then because representation. Pokemon Go was evidently China data mapping our country. Wouldn't be surprised. You should see what they're doing in Djibouti and Somalia. Look into that. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, they fucked up Janine? I guess. She was so awesome in the first movie. But again, she didn't need to be that stupid girl boss the way that they write female characters now, right? Everybody wants to write strong female protagonist as like screaming, right? Always screaming in your face. What's up, Hasbro headquarters? Good to see you. We were just looking at a couple of Hasbro shills talking about all the stuff that needs to be unclassified. It was pretty funny. Depp suddenly popping up with Paramount is wild. Definitely a good thing. I don't know what you mean. Johnny Depp? I fucking hate Johnny Depp. I hate him. He's like that weird beatnik fucking poetry slam. I never liked Johnny Depp. I never liked him. Post him getting fucking murked in Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Is it Nightmare on Elm Street 2? Or the first one in the waterbed. And 21 Jump Street. Nope. Sorry, no. No. He's good in some films, but I can't stand him. He just insists upon himself with that fucking bullshit. Can China go ahead and take California, let him experience real oppression? That would show him. Yeah, that would show him. Dreadnought says, I've said it before, but the best way to attack the trans Tifa is to make a mockery of it. Yeah, well, you know, I'm the guy who I see a dude, the ma'am and I, we were out at dinner. I don't know, sometime last week, and one of them walked in, you know, just big old like dad bod linebacker-ish, wearing a fucking spring dress with all of his shoulder hair out in his 5 o'clock shadow with either long hair or a fucking wig, you know, and they always look like they'd crawled out of like the 7th level of hell or something, and he's got like some shitty makeup, sitting with this, you know, pretty attractive woman. And when they walked in, the ma'am and I are eating, and she sees me go like that, and she's like, don't stare. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, how is that? Like, everybody else is like, just ignore it, just eat your chow. And I'm like, fuck, man. No. Ken the Band says, don't talk shit about strawberry shortcake. My wife will fuck you up. Look, check this out. 1, I do what I want. 2, I believe in equal rights and lefts. If your wife wants to fucking box, I will fight your wife. Straight up. I don't ever want to fight a woman. But I'm a firm believer, if a woman swings on you, you fuck her up. Period. Everybody wants equality, right? Fourth wave feminism. We don't need no man. Ooh, the patriarchy. Ooh, toxic masculinity. You swing on a dude, that's it. You should just get that ass beat, or beat the guy's ass, and then it's his, you know, he has to live with that shame for the rest of his life. Chad hates poetry slam. Confirmed. I fucking do. It's dumb. 100% dumb. Yep. It is, ma'am. I don't have that. I like Johnny Depp's work on 21 Jump Street more than the majority of his films. Yeah. And Disney intentionally straight fucking ruined the ride at, I only know the American parks. I'm sorry to all my international peeps. Straight fucking ruined those rides. It became the like, where's Waldo of Johnny Depp? Ooh, look, it's Jack Sparrow. Ooh, there's Jack Sparrow again. Chad's going to fight a woman, confirmed. I don't want to fight a woman, but I'm just saying, how many of you, if you were just like out and about and doing your own thing, minding your own business, again, individual liberty, you're just in your own 3 feet of space, and somehow, for some reason, some woman's all up in your face, giving you this shit, you know, or whatever, and fucking swings on you. What are you going to do? Are you going to dump her? You're going to fucking put her on her ass? Or are you just going to stand there and let her fucking smack on you? I'm asking. That should be the poll. If a woman swung at you, would you beat her ass? Yes or no? Hey, kids, remember when drag queens were just lounge singers who didn't believe they were real girls? Pepperidge Farms remembers. Yeah, there's like a difference between drag. Whatever happened to transvestites? Wasn't that the word? That's the word that we all grew up with, wasn't it? I don't know. Then they changed it. It's still all the same. So. There's a female Marine out there that learned that shit the hard way from me, not my proudest moment, but less. Yeah. Did anybody see that viral clip of the male and female Marines, and they're fighting with the pugil sticks, and the female just comes at him and he just fucking, he just dumps her. Yeah. Shit, Titan. Definitely no wokeificationing with look, man, the breaking it up shit, that's getting me, boy. I love it. I love it. Mother Slug is pondering. I often wonder if aliens from space landed on Earth, if these wokies would accept them or diss them. Now that would be an interesting scene. It's a good question. Well, they'd probably see them as undocumented migrants. Suicidal empathy with all those types is a thing. It would be just like fucking Mars attacks. You know, we come in peace. Oh, they came in peace. Oh, kill us all. Mm-hmm. I see what you did there. Hey, that's a good movie. I like that movie. I like it a lot. I really do. Plus, nobody can out Tim Curry ever. Not just in that movie, but Legend as Darkness, aka, you know, Satan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, see, Edward says once the first punch is thrown, it's a party. 100%. Real drag queens were made to make fun of women originally. I don't know. I mean, people argue that transvesticism and transsexualism and all that stuff goes all the way back to the beginning of time. And no. Okay, whatever. But yeah. We also used to have mental institutes. Michael Zimmerman there with the public service announcement. There you go. Ace's Place says, yeah, I hope it's like a scene from Mars Attacks. That'd be great, right? Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, they would totally welcome them. Rewatch Independence Day. Yeah. Vivica A. Fox's stripper friend, she like goes to the roof of that building in downtown LA. How'd that work out? Mm-hmm. Wait. He was saying Transylvania? I thought he was from Pennsylvania. Do you guys remember Transylvania 65000, like the parody movie? How about Saturday the 14th? Anybody ever watch that movie? I fucking love that movie. Aliens fly by Earth and roll up their windows and lock their doors and speed away. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised. Titan said wokies would be very welcoming if aliens are the grays or aliens of color. Wait, that explains AOC. Where's AOC in the Crazy Hot Matrix? What if we just say, like, where's AOC on the communist hot matrix? Anybody? AOC. Commie hot matrix. Where is she? Yep. Exactly, Keys. Yeah, I know RuPaul's all about that. RuPaul got in a lot of trouble again, right? Because if you're not 100% on board with the message, you're a problem. RuPaul got in trouble because he was, talking about, men are men and women are women. 100%. But yeah, I want to know, where do you guys stand on AOC on the communist hot matrix? I don't want to say crazy hot man. We all know she's crazier than a shit house rat, right? She was a bartender and like a hooker or whatever. But Sci-Fi Swamp Man loves Saturday the 14th. Yeah, man, that movie's fucking awesome. Dreadnought's got to go get a pizza. Make sure it's a boneless pizza. If you know, you know. Maybe, just maybe, the aliens are the woke people. Is that kind of like Cocoon, but different? Instead of Wilford Brimley. That dude was in his early 40s when he played that role, by the way. Instead of being like people in a nursing home with diabetes, it's aliens, like extraterrestrials. Check the posture, check the teeth, check the nervous sweat pooling underneath. You sit across from a beautiful face trying to project absolute elegance. Dude, are you singing? You're singing a fucking intro song. Look, I love you, but I hate you. I fucking hate you for that. Yep, I rented Saturday the 14th from a Western auto store. Time was different back then. Michael Zimmerman would not toss AOC out of bed. Skydro Walker just says 7. 7 communist, 7 hot, or 7 hot. It's 2 numbers, man. It's 2 numbers. Stop it. Stop it. AOC is mid-8. Okay, look, I'm gonna put this in the chat. I'm gonna show you, right? Demonstrate, practice, evaluate, crawl, walk, run. There we go. All right. On the communist hot scale, it looks like this. There you go. That's the scale. Dreadnought says she's a 5.7. I've seen her without makeup. Skywalker. I'd have laughed harder if you said 9/11. She's a 7/11. But she's not even like Indian. TD3 Trooper says 6'7". So she's 6 communist, 7 hot. Tens are super rare. Not communist. She's pretty commie, man. She's pretty fucking commie. Oh, man. She's material for the bus? Okay, I think you're reading into it a little too hard, but it's just for fun. Yeah. I would 12 and 0. So she's like beyond communist and 0. She's a 0. Come on, dude. Yeah. Hey, Hasbro headquarters has a message for everyone. AOC will be the 2028 Democrat Party presidential candidate. Guarantee it, says Hasbro headquarters. Oh, I'm sure Hasbro headquarters will kick whatever the candidate is a whole shitload of money. See, look at this. I like this. There you go. Right there. Right. That's the army writing style, right? Easy to read in a single rapid reading, generally free of grammatical errors. She's a 10 and a 7. She was a 9 when she first got elected. Well, yeah, like fraud's a hard game, kids. I'd pick Sophie Cunningham over AOC all day. Well, yeah, I would too, but that's not the point, right? We're playing what is AOC on the communist hot scale. Margot Robbie's a 10. Plus her nudes in Wolf of Wall Street were all her. I didn't watch that movie. Yeah, never seen it. I think Margot Robbie is quite beautiful, but I never saw that movie. So, Leonardo DiCaprio, very hit or miss, man. Michael Zimmerman, I got money on AOC being the Dems candidate for prez. Well, yeah, because women of color, we're checking boxes. I'm sure she's got a fucking disability in there somewhere too. Whatever. Honestly, I feel that the writing is on the wall that the DSA, right, the Democratic Socialist Party of America, is going to give the regular Democrat Party, like the diet socialist version, is going to give them a run for their money. They're already bodying candidates at state level. So yeah, they're all just saying the quiet part out loud now, kids. Communism is always for fun until the means of the proletariat turn on you. And then you have to wait for Rambo to fight Dolph Lundgren. I was going to do the speech from The Ring, but I'm not going to. The commie part of her just kills it for me. There you go. The question is, will the Democrats even have a presidential primary this time? They didn't last election. Pepperidge Farms remembers that, right? Oh, Orange man bad, Orange man tyrant again, right? The message for the narrative. They didn't even have a primary. They just picked her. But no kings. No kings. Damn, crystal clear. Look at this hot take. I would take Mr. Ed over AOC. That's bestiality, dude. Big booty AOC. TNT skate. TD3 Trooper. AOC is definitely slumming. You mean if you got down with AOC, you're slumming, or she's slumming with her male? Because I don't know. She got no man. She don't need no man. Yeah, she is mentally disabled, but that's what I'm saying, dude. America first, America only. Yeah, we need to go back to that pre-World War I. Not necessarily like the complete and total isolationism, but we got to get rid of the Truman Doctrine. We got to unfuck that immigration reform, as I air quote that, from the 60s. We got to get rid of all that shit. The 14th Amendment, we got to fix that. Yeah. A bunch of visas just got removed for anchor baby people. Sophie Cunningham is 6'1". She is 7 feet tall when pointing. Is she 6'1"? Really? Pardon my brain dead ignorance, but who is AOC? You want to look it up? You want to look it up, brown coat? Because I mean, you could ask Sergeant Major the Google, or we could do it together. Would you rather do it together? We'll make eye contact while we do it. Leonardo DiCaprio peaked in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Hint, it was his mom. Hi, Chad. What's up, Jeff? Ladies and gentlemen, none other than my good friend Jeff W. is here. Jeff, I love you very much, and I made this just for you. Oh, wait, wrong one. I'm sorry. I meant this one. Just kidding. Everybody got excited. They saw the Sydney Sweeney, and then I gave you the old rope-a-dope. Commie hotties create a need for soft reboots. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Michael Zimmerman. If you're looking up AOC, get pictures from her Florida COVID vacation. Shall we? AOC is 6, hot 10 commie. Definitely ball gag territory. Free Jabba. Yeah. Oh, man, that's terrible. Critters 3, Leonardo DiCaprio. Who remembers Gain Payne's Luke? Not me. Sorry. What the hell was even that? That was Gorlock the Destroyer. If you know, you know. You guys wanted Gorlock the Destroyer clips. I made Gorlock the Destroyer clips. Don't come yelling at me. Let's see. AOC, Florida, vacation, COVID. I don't know if that really works out. Pictured maskless in Miami Beach. Oh, she wasn't wearing a mask? Oh, no. This isn't really yielding much. I'm just going to put AOC Florida. Nah, not seeing a lot. Not seeing a lot. Yeah, I don't. I'm kind of rethinking. I'm kind of rethinking where I was going with this. It's just hot. Just hot. Unfortunately, I do know about Gorlock the Destroyer, says Holonet. Yep. Leonardo DiCaprio was the bomb in Ming and Iron Minsk. That's a good movie. Yep. The Titan says, pound me too. Sure as shit. Pardon me, didn't ask for Gorlock the Destroyer. You sure? There were banging bikini pictures when it happened. Dude, I can't find it. Like I'm trying to put in like AOC Florida. Let's see. AOC BIKINI. None of those are AOC though. Who to what? None of these are her. All right. Somebody's going to have to. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to figure it out. None of these are her. None of these are her. Nope. 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 Did any of you hear those stories about how back in the day when she was a bartender that she did some moonlighting for money on the side? Oh, phone call. BRB. Bang your head. Ken the band said, don't answer the phone. It's the feds. Hi, you want to come here? Come here. Oh, shit, she might. Hold on. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come here. Frickin' never, man. She always rope-a-dopes me. FBI open up. OD destroys everything. Yeah, she might. She might. I heard AOC was free use. I didn't hear that she was free use. I heard that she was expensive, that she was a little costly. Internet scrubbing at its best. Yeah. There's not a lot of stuff from her bartending freewheeling days, which is interesting. Yeah. People got dirt on that. Don't hate the hustle, Chad. Bills won't pay themselves. I don't hate the player or the game. I just pointed out either way, one way or the other. Even those guys that frickin' hijacked our shtick, all them guys, even the one that wears a wig and makeup. Mm-hmm. You can steal our shtick. We're just going to point it out and laugh about it. It's fine. AOC reminds me of Dallas when a person doesn't have any less on, they have more on. Oh man, what a good fucking Megaforce quote. That's so good, man. You knew that I would know, right? You didn't think that I wouldn't know what you're talking about? Because I do. Watch that movie all the time. All the time. Just Google her. If she's a communist, can get the hell on somewhere. I've seen way hotter. Yeah, I agree. So 10 out of 10 commies thrown out of helicopter. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Apparently it's all just poof gone, but yeah. Anywho, let's get on out of here. I believe tomorrow we're talking about old school gaming, and you guys wanted to talk about games that we should reinvestigate, or whatever the term was, something like that. Yeah, games that we should revisit. We're going to talk about awesome games back when you didn't have to install the game onto your hard drive and download the day one patch because, fucking equity hires sent you something fucking broken that you don't own. Megaforce, wasn't that a toy line? There was a toy line called Megaforce, but we're talking about dude, are you kidding? You're kidding, right? Like, we're talking about like the Megaforce, right there, Megaforce. Yeah, Megaforce. No, wrong kind of games. Mm-hmm. Wrong games. Yep. Medieval Alchemist says, "Oh, brother, I'm there for that. So many good games." Yeah, man. We'll talk about all sorts of games. All sorts. Just the fucking badass OG games, whatever. Sky's the limit. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about them. We'll share memories and take a look at them and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Again, no, no. I got something for you for that. It kind of looks like this. Okay, Mother Slug, let me ask you. Do you want Uncle Baby Billy or do you want Dave Chappelle? Uncle Baby Billy or Dave Chappelle? I'm going to leave it up to you. Pick your poison. One or the other. Megaforce the movie. Megaforce the wise. Oh, Dave Chappelle all day. Okay, so let's put this back up. And I told you no, so here.
You need to shut the up. That's what I do if I had no army. I would shut up. Shut the That's right.
Megaforce the flamethrower. Yep, 100%. Yep, Dave Chappelle all day. You guys don't like Uncle Baby Billy? Forget it, man. Don't break the ice. Possible future topic, Duran Duran. Duran Duran was neither a Duran nor Duran. Discuss. Yeah. Or woke if vacationing is killing brain cells. Oh, you were 3-time Smear the Queer champion? Damn, dude. Funny how strong Democrat womans have to be propped up by crusty Democrat geezers. Yeah, you know they do stuff for that too. Oof. Anyway. You guys are the best. Thank you for hanging out with me. Again, even though it was out of my control. I apologize for yesterday. But I thought it was best that I at least ran over to the Starbies or the Bucks. Right. Bad news doesn't get better with time. So I would rather just say, hey, I'm screwed versus nothing, because radio silence is no good. No good for anybody. But thank you for hanging out with me today and looking at a bunch of degenerate friggin' bullshit. And, all the creatively bankrupt and the people who got to steal ideas and think they're edgy. It's fun. It's fun to laugh at. It's, like the kid with lice on the playground getting fucking picked on by everybody else. It's kind of funny, but it's pathetic at the same time. Remember, tribalism is bullshit. You just saw a lot of examples of what it'll get you. Get woke, go broke, and fuck them if they can't take a joke. I'll see y'all. That rhymed. Didn't mean to. I will see all of you tomorrow for your Friday edition of Mandatory Fun, and beat it. Yeah, I almost hit end stream. No, I can't hit.
Still here? It's over. Go home.
Callie wanted to come say hi. 3-hour chat, dude, bros. You got a high five? Yeah. Come on. No? Okay. Yeah, that's my baby. She wanted to come say hi. Not only am I the 2-hour chat, dude, bro, the 5-hour chat, dude, bro, the fucking 8-hour chat, dude, bro, but now I am officially the 1 minute and 47-second chat, dude, bro, as well. Yeah. I had to come back, you know, because it's just how it goes. You guys make me do it. The Titan said I missed your hidden secret word. Boo. I don't believe you, but just in case. And Jim Largo says, friends don't let friends drink pumpkin spice Starbucks bullshit. We're here when you look. I would never drink that. Never, ever, never. Yeah, all these freaking chicks in there. PSL, oh my God, it's pumpkin spice latte time. No. Those are the people that like Robin being gay in Batman comics. Justin Booth, see you tomorrow. Everybody's loving on the doggo, and I will see you all. Quickie wasn't satisfying. Quickies are always satisfying. Okay, you just got to hang on to something for a minute. It's fine. You guys are the best, and I will catch you tomorrow.
Chad, how insensitive of you.